Okay. Now I'm figuring this whole new thing out, guys. I just got to set up a whole new macro. It's weird because like now I told you this already, but I'm putting lives in, the scheduled, right? And so, that's my bad. I just got to figure it all out. But hello, everybody. Hello, Heidi. Thank you for coming. Heidi could care less about Taylor Swift.
I don't know that you're live, babe.
I think I'm live. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here you are. I guess it's really delayed for me.
Hi,
Super
Angela.
delayed.
You're live. What's going on?
It's nice.
All right. Well, what's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Bobo's here. Heidi is here. Erica is here. Lee is here. Did I say Bobo?
Yes.
Because Bobo is here. Yeah. How you doing, Angela?
I'm good.
Lovely. Wonderful.
I don't recognize Heidi. It's so awesome to see a new face here.
Yeah. Something's different about you. What did you do? I have no idea. I can't imagine what it is.
You got a haircut.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I buzzed my hair. I just let my hair grow.
So you just noticed the difference
mop.
around your ears, just a little bit.
I buzzed my hair. It was a filthy mop, and I shaved it off. It's over. It's done. Hey, let's get right to the Dolly Parton thing just to get it kind of out of the way because
don't fuck with me, bro.
Yeah.
You can't, I just can't deal with this right now.
Well, look, she put out a statement and she said, hey, I was going to do these shows. Yeah. I can't do them because I'm not feeling great.
Dolly Parton did.
Yes.
Okay.
So she put out like an Instagram post or something. Something. I read the post and it was just, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Mm-hmm. She was like, yo, Dale, what's up? She said, I can't do these shows. My doctor says I need some procedures. She emphasized it wasn't the end for her. This isn't like she's going into the hospital and might not come out situation. She seemed to
It was
assume,
like planned procedures.
She said she could work from home in Nashville for a little while, but she wouldn't be able to, actually do this residency that she had planned and so on and so forth. So to me, it was like, okay. And my mom has like had procedures and so on. Okay, whatever, go get it. We're rooting for you. But her sister, Frieda, I've never heard of Frieda, but today I even saw her picture. She put out a request for prayers.
Oh, God.
So if praying is your thing, and if it's not, and you're just like somebody puts the thoughts out or whatever it is, I don't know, let your heart fill up with
somebody needs to pray for me because I can't deal with this right now.
Yeah.
Dolly needs to hang the fuck on. There's too much shit going on. Everything's terrible. We cannot handle this.
I know. It's like
full it's like to the brim.
America's dying, and it's like she's gonna prove it. Like, don't. You're like
She's the only one holding all of this together.
So I'm holding my breath. I really don't know how I'm going to react to this. I really don't because
you're going to react.
Childhood, this woman.
You're going to react just fine because she's fine because everything's fine.
No, I mean she's eventually going to leave us. She's almost 80, so she's preparing us.
No, she's not. She's not, Dale.
It's like when Leonard Cohen said after Marianne died. When Leonard Cohen said his little lovely tweet about how he's not far behind. I was like, damn you! And then he died like a year later or whatever, 2 years later or whatever it was. He dropped like a couple records before he left. He was like, I'm going to go out with a poem. You want it darker?
Yeah. And then this book right behind you that I got you for Christmas one year.
This one here?
The Flame. Yeah. That's no.
Oh, The Flame. Yeah.
Yeah. That's posthumous. Yeah, his son put it together of a bunch of collections that he found in the house.
Yes. It's really great. I love it. I love both of these Cohen books. He's less, a writer for me in that respect than he is this. Like he's more of it's the songs that really get me. But
I think
this.
On your 2 screenshot, nobody could see the book that you were fooling with. You should have just pulled it out.
It's this book, ladies and gentlemen, The Flame by Leonard Cohen. It's a posthumous book. Look at that fucking sharp dressed man. No one wore a fedora like this dude. Well, maybe Humphrey Bogart. Between him and Humphrey, wouldn't you say? For the best fedora? Mm-hmm. Him and Humphrey. Probably Humphrey wins.
Him.
Because Humphrey had the jacket, so they did.
Leonard Cohen, Humphrey Bogart, and Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Wore the fedora the best.
Eric's like, I can't lose Dolly right now.
No, nobody can
cope
with
lose
this.
It's just, this is like the worst timing, Dolly. You got to go in there. You got to be like, let's get this done and have a little, sing along and shingling. Mm-hmm. From I was a little kid. So weird because I have this weird moment there was this moment in the 80s. And maybe it was before the 80s, but I was a young man, a young boy. And I only caught on to the moment in the 80s. which was all about her breasts. And I mean, it was insanity. And it was insanity in like my dad's circle, because my dad was a truck driver and he was really into country music. Like, I mean, really into country music. It was all I was raised on. And so Dolly Parton was one of my favorites since I was like literally like since I first started listening to music.
No, it is super strange though how in the 80s her styling was like, I'm a big fake Barbie doll.
Yeah. Well, it was weird because so where I'm going
sequins.
is like there was like I remember, so my dad was in like these CB clubs. Do you know what CB clubs are? You know what CB radio is?
CB radio, yeah.
So citizen band radios, right?
So it's like a chat room.
It's like a big giant chat room, but it's like all of like these truckers or whatever, and they have like CB Club, and they have like cards that are like their. Like my dad was like a Winnipeg cowboy.
Like gamers, when a bunch of gamers get together and they talk to each other on the headsets.
It was pretty wild. It was like a complete total subculture, and I was deeply immersed in it as a child. And I remember at one of them, like, you know, so a lot of the wives or, you know, even a lot of the truckers would like do some hobbies and sell them on tables at these events, right?
Okay.
Like a swap meet almost. And one of the things that I remember were these big-breasted Dolly Parton chocolate something or others. It was the craziest thing, dude. But it never left me, because I was like watching all these people walk around and they were eating Dolly Parton's boobs.
So weird.
Joyfully.
What a strange branding.
So there was this period of Dolly Parton where it was like it just felt like that's all anyone ever talked about.
Yeah, it's a shame. Which
sucked. Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible thing. It's tantamount to body shaming, right? I mean, it really is. Despite the fact that it didn't hurt her fame by any means, and certainly nobody was malicious in their like intent. At least not that I saw. I mean, there was probably a few or whatever. But it's such a weird era in music and in her history and how that, and I'm so glad obviously it shifted out of it, but it's just a weird memory because it pulls me right back to like, I loved her music, and then there was this period where all we talked about were her boobs. It's such a strange thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there was an era in celebrity culture where it was, you couldn't be a famous female celebrity unless you exploited the sexualization of yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like, and so there wasn't any space for anybody who was like, I guess maybe that like you could have a career in comedy if you were like not super hot and sexy and dress the part. So strange.
It is strange.
That sucks. Because she's so talented and she's such an incredible songwriter.
Yes.
And I think that I feel like all of that, all the showgirl stuff.
And she's also like not
kind of overshadowed that.
She's also not like provocative at all.
No.
Like she's in fact, I would say, unprovocative.
No, but you couldn't avoid it though. I mean, I feel like if you had publicists, if you had managers or agents or something, they knew that that's how you had to be marketed if you were gonna participate in the you know economy.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand
the celebrity economy.
I'm sure it was an embraced thing. I think, and I can't confirm this, but I think that there was something about it that she spoke out about where she was like, no, I hated it. It was horrible. It was a terrible thing to have to deal with. But she was like, but there was a part of her that had to embrace it. There was a part of her that had to just live with the fact that this is how people are going to.
I can't believe that she still wears
her for a period of time.
She still wears like tight pants and heels. I'm like, Grandma, like,
yeah,
you're allowed to get comfortable.
She's like, I'm in sweats, bro. I've been in sweats for the last 7 years. I don't think I barely wear anything but sweats. And pajamas.
Who, you?
Yeah. Jeremy Wright has arrived. Hello, Jeremy. It's good to see you.
Hello.
Very, very good to see you. So Dolly Parton, man, say your prayers, do whatever you got to do.
No.
She needs to pull through.
Jeremy Wright has not just arrived. Jeremy Wright arrived saying, Jeremy Wright is all up in this mofo.
Yeah. I didn't see that. That's just so funny, bro. Oh, that's so fucking great. We have to get him a mic and a fucking camera and just...
So we could just like Leroy Jenkins into our show every day?
Add him to the show.
That's it.
Do you want to get into this lively stuff?
I cut you off. You were talking about Dolly Parton.
She's a beautiful human being.
We must always talk about Dolly Parton.
May she live forever. She won't live forever. So, but look, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, I'm not a prayer guy. Like I have a spiritual relationship. We've talked about it on this live many times. I guess I'm supposed to watch what I say because I think like that could be misconstrued and I could be deported or jailed or something.
Oh,
I don't even know.
Whatever.
Now there's like some kind of thing, executive order. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say anymore in this country.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden. All of a sudden, we're just letting like the worst people tell us how to fucking act.
Literally, I can't be sure that I'm
crazy.
saying something that's like, I don't know if there's like, there's some, like, I don't have the fight. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus.
Well, I think everybody that does share Dolly Parton's sister's religion can handle it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
And I know the rest of us are wishing her well, of course. Dolly Parton's sister. So you'd never heard of her?
Well, I knew she had siblings, but no.
Does she work with Dolly Parton?
Never heard of her. Don't know. Her name is Frieda, which I really liked.
Because sometimes these people have like family members that are managers and stuff. So I wonder whether that's why she's making a statement.
Get the angels here.
I kind of wish she was a little bit more like, it's kind of cruel to say that she's asking for prayers for Dolly, but she's not giving us any information.
Well,
so now we're just like made to fucking worry.
I think there's a certain, maybe respecting of her privacy as regards her actual medical
We're too
condition.
worried. We have to know how.
Well, what was
how
interesting?
Severe
what was
are the
interesting
prayers?
is that Dolly Parton put it.
What kind of prayers?
Put it as procedures.
Yeah.
So she said something plural. Mm-hmm. So what the fuck does that mean? Plural. What do you mean? You getting a hip and a knee? What are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, what they'll do is do a whole tune-up while you're under anesthesia.
That's what she called it, basically.
Really?
She's like going in and get a 100,000-mile checkup, is what she said. Or something
Yeah, because the anesthesia is the hardest.
She doesn't know, but she's probably at 200,000 miles.
Well, it's not the hardest, but depending on the procedure, the anesthesia is usually really taxing.
For sure.
So sometimes they'll just put stuff off until you have other stuff, and then they just do it all at once. Like you take your dog to the vet, and it's like you get the dental cleaning, you get the neutering, you get the dew claw removed all at the same time. All the little stuff.
Right. Like I know that's it's like throwing a Blake. Like what do they call? What did Blake Lively call it?
An insurance month.
An insurance month.
You just need to call an insurance month and take care of your big nose.
Let's call it an insurance month.
I'm so glad that we went over that footage because he claimed that she talked about. So Justin Baldoni claimed in his lawsuit that Blake Lively talked about his big nose first, and no, he made a remark about the size of his nose first.
Look, it only demonstrates one thing in that regard, which is that your memory's never going to be 100%. There's no reason to no,
but Justin Baldoni had the footage that he released to everybody and straight up lied about what happened in it.
I understand. You can also say that he didn't remember it or didn't remember it correctly in the same way that she didn't remember, the conversation about the smelling and smell good and whatever and the way in which it was delivered because he did a horny growl. That was a different thing. But, that exchange was not totally different, but it definitely was different. Where I'm going with this is that it doesn't matter. Like what matters was the essence of the conversation, the exchange represented by her claim. And it was without any doubt. And this is in my mind that without any doubt. Now, people are going to be able to argue about it one way or another. But you're never going to get me, based on my now twice analysis of that footage, to ever agree with anyone saying that she was totally fine and comfortable with the situation, that it was done professionally, especially because I know that what he was looking for was a 2-second clip for a montage. And so I already know that he could have easily gotten away with the very first shot they got off. They could have shot one safety afterward and then walked. They didn't need any of it. And because he's got the finger in the mouth or thumb flick of the lip or whatever you want to call it in the actual movie itself, who cares? Absolutely nobody is going to come out of there going after not seeing the flick of her lip. And the reason I'm saying that, by the way, is because the flick of the lip came much later in the take. Like it was like very near the end of that first take.
It was near the end. It was actually the last thing that she did before she did the final spin and he called cut.
Exactly.
Because he tried to put his thumb in her mouth and she did one of these and then like spun out of it.
Well, here's an interesting talking point about that, just because like as a filmmaker, you kind of always try to push as much as you can in terms of getting whatever you need. So what I mean by that is like, you keep going as long as you can. You push the first AD whose responsibility is to make sure that we're getting all the day, meaning that all the shots are achieved that we had planned. They're all in the can. Because if you don't, you're fucked. Mm-hmm. You're not making your movie.
Yeah.
Because every day is meticulously planned in terms of what we can get done. And so you're always pushing, as much as you can. You're always pushing to get to that as much as you can out of that day or out of that moment. And a lot of times when you're doing that, you end up with the really best stuff at the end. And, you know, a good example of that in Don's Plum is the scene between Jenny Lewis and Scott Bloom at the beginning of the movie. That scene, that take that's in there
was the last.
Oh my God. And we had to, it was a painstaking
right.
Achievement.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have gone through all that trouble if you're just trying to get like a 2-second MOS
Exactly.
shot.
That's the point I'm trying to make, is that, you know, in context, so it'd be easy for somebody to try to go, oh yeah, well look, that's because, you know, your patience or whatever paid off as a director, not on a 2-second clip. It's just not going to happen. So, you know, if you're going to shoot 18 fucking 20 minutes, if you're going to first of all, I just can't believe you're just burning money like that. But beyond burning money like that, it's just, yeah, it's absurd. I would have written that scene. I would have rewritten that scene or even written it out personally, just because it's fucking a dance scene.
Why
in
do your whole
sports
setup?
Bar.
Yeah, and it's also not in the book.
I'd have done something. Well, I mean, it's not in the book.
No.
Yeah. So what is it even doing there?
I mean, they have a fun time at a bar, but they don't like go off and dance by themselves. That's not in the book.
Yeah. See, I would have had a fun time at a bar then. That would have been my shot. You know what I mean? Like, why have this like lost in each other? And it was the screenwriter wrote it. So there you go.
But it's not critical to them dating. You know,
well, I'll tell you this. It's interesting that we're saying this, because in the adaptation, it might be that the writer was like, I need to create a moment that is in combination with these other moments, perhaps later, kind of bringing us in sort of a little bit of leap, because you have 2 hours, you have an hour and a half, whatever the number is that your script will allow or your producers will allow. Mm-hmm. You know, not 8-10 hours or 9 hours
right.
of reading that you would get out of a book. So it's quite you've got to build some bridges between parts of the story that are going to, you know, sort of jump gaps over parts of the book. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hanada said, Dale, that's exactly what people don't understand. All that on a dance scene for a 2-second clip, they refuse to accept that that's not normal.
Yeah, because they don't know. It's the same reason why they would think that a wardrobe, that going over on wardrobe was some kind of sin made by Blake Lively, by the way. And also that, you know, movie stars don't have a say in their wardrobe, which is just so absolutely not true. You know, just all these things that people don't know. Mm-hmm. And so that means that they can be told it. And so if you have, you know, people with, you know, ulterior motives or just nefarious purposes, they might be out there going, boom, I'm going to lie to you.
They think that because the lawsuit was filed in a court, that means that it's all true and that it has to be some big scandal. The wardrobe thing, if they call it a big scandal.
Right.
You can't help people.
You can't help people.
Cosmic Urgency has some entertainment news for us.
Okay.
Says the sequel for Heat is happening through Amazon, and DiCaprio is supposedly circling the Val Kilmer role.
Wait, so it's Pacino and
De
Niro again?
I don't know anything about this. You know, it's so weird too, because like
I thought they were gonna Heat 2 with a couple of new cops.
That makes sense. That would make sense.
Those guys would have fucking been retired. Those fuckers retire after 20, man. They get their 20-year pensions and they're getting the second gigs.
Al
They're
Pacino's
not fucking
out of
sitting
there.
there taking that shitty little paycheck
sure.
when they can double their income in a fucking. I know this about
Also,
cops.
it's so strange to recast Val Kilmer and not like consider his son. You know, like his son Jack Kilmer is an actor, and Val Kilmer was 35 when he made Heat, and Jack Kilmer is currently 30.
All right, now you got me going. God damn you. God damn you.
It's Cosmic Urgency's fault. It's not mine.
Heat 2.
I already don't like it.
Heat 2 lands at United Artists with DiCaprio eyed 5 hours ago. I probably have this in my emails. I got to start checking my emails.
There's a lot of announcements of films that DiCaprio was supposed to. Like, I think what happens is that they announce that DiCaprio is going to star in something.
Let me read.
So then they get a bunch of attachments, and then DiCaprio's like, no, actually, I'm not going to star in it. I'm going to produce it and go do other shit that I want to do.
Heat 2 moves from Warner Brothers to Amazon as Michael Mann's sequel gains traction. So it's not greenlit. It's just over, and they're trying to put it together.
Okay.
That means that they're still fucking, you know, they're negotiating, and Leo's going to be like, I want $175 million. I want a yacht. I want a new house in Croatia. By the way, I'm a little short on my Andy Warhol collection sucks ass right now. So I need some fucking Andy Warhols up in this place. Michael Mann's Heat 2, the long-awaited sequel to his 1995 crime drama.
Nobody
it's
awaited
hard to believe we're all still here, really, actually.
Nobody awaited it. No, that's not long awaited.
Starring
Nobody asked
Pacino
for
and
this.
De Niro is finally gaining traction.
Did anybody ask for a sequel?
Well, fucking Cosmic Urgency is right now. I'm down, bro. If that guy didn't ruin my life, if Leonardo DiCaprio didn't totally ruin my life, I'd be over the moon right now. But because this motherfucker ruins my life and then ruins every goddamn movie that I want to see, and all the fucking great directors that I want to fucking watch for the rest of my life, because I fucking, don't get me started. Amazon MGM owned United Artists and producer Scott Stuber are in a Stubes, yeah, I call him Stubes, are in final negotiations to secure the rights to Heat 2. The project was set up at Warner Brothers, but the studio let the filmmaker shop around after disagreeing on the budget. Oh, a Leonardo DiCaprio film where the studio's disagreeing on the budget. I guess typical. Some people want some fucking money. According to The Hollywood Reporter, which broke the news of the potential sale, Amazon MGM plans to release Heat 2 in theaters. No cast deals are in place, the studio confirmed. Plot details for the sequel haven't been revealed either, though Mann adapted the screenplay from the 2022 novel of the same name that he co-wrote with Meg Gardiner. Maybe it's Gardner.
It's probably Gardner.
Producers will include Mann, Bruckheimer, NUA's Stubes,
as we like to call him,
and Nikki, I call him Nick Nesbitt, Nikki Nez.
Nikki Nez. Get Nikki Nez on the phone.
Eric Roth and Shane Salerno will serve as EPs or executive producers. Heat, which celebrates its 30th anniversary in December, follows an explosive face-off between the Los Angeles blah, blah, blah. Man's best known for Thief, Collateral, and The Insider. I saw The Insider recently, and it's a do not recommend. Just saying, but I did also see Heat again for the second time, and for you the first time.
Yes.
Highly recommend. Mm-hmm. The motivation for Heat was a challenge. All right, that's it. That's all we got. Well, fucking A, man. Well, listen, here's what I think is going to happen. Leo's going to be too expensive. Now Bezos is going to be like, come to my yacht, hang out with my beautiful wife, and we'll talk about it. Do you want to just sit right across from her or beside her? It's up to you. And let's just talk about it, Leo, and you can stare at my beautiful wife.
Do you think it's like, you know how when you go over to your friend's house and their like cat won't stop staring at you and you're like, exactly. Your cat's kind of creeping me out. Do you think that's what his wife is like with Leo?
I think that's what I'll do if I ever meet Jeff Bezos. I'll just look at him like a fucking meerkat.
No. I mean, like, because there's that picture of like Bezos and his wife, Lauren, and she and DiCaprio, and they're walking and talking, and she is just like beaming at DiCaprio.
Yeah, she's.
So do you think every time they hang out, it's like that situation where like your friend's cat just like stares at you from across the room?
Fucking Bezos is just like sidelong on his wife the whole time.
Watching her just beam at him. Big grin.
I was like a $200 million wedding.
I know.
Good luck having another one of those, bitch!
The only reason why she's in this thing is so that she can hang out with all the celebrities. All the oligarchs.
It's a prequel. Oh, it's a sequel and a prequel. There's a book Michael Mann co-wrote.
Oh my God, if it's a prequel, why aren't they using Kilmer's?
No, it's a sequel and a prequel.
Yes, I understand.
So it's a fast forward, fucking back forward.
Okay, so DiCaprio definitely can't play Val Kilmer because Val Kilmer was 35 years old at the time. His son is right there, and he's 30 years old.
What's his name?
Jack Kilmer.
Jack Kilmer. He'll act your ass off.
It's odd how he looks a lot more like his mother in pictures, but when he moves his face, you're like, oh, there's Val Kilmer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
No, this is a rap.
I know. It's like,
I feel bad that his dad is gone.
Oh my God. We all feel bad that his dad is gone. Val Kilmer was the greatest.
How old is Mr. Jack?
Jack Kilmer's 30 is of what I said.
He's 30?
Yes.
Wow, he's fucking 30. Mm-hmm. Fuck, am I that old? That Val Kilmer has a 30-year-old? Fuck. Oh my God, this is like a no goddamn brainer if the kid can act.
Yeah, he can act. We've seen.
Well, there you go. Fucking idiots. All right. See how? By the way, and I just want to point this out that they wrote a book. Michael Mann. Mm-hmm. Michael Mann wrote a book.
Yep.
So, people who want to write screenplays, I get it and I understand it, because I think a lot of people think that writing a screenplay might be kind of more the easy way out, and it's not. It's actually, you're going down an even harder road. The reason why you're going down a harder road is because you're not going to finish that screenplay ever in your life unless it gets made. It'll never be finished.
Yeah.
And you'll always doubt it. You know, if it doesn't get made, you'll always doubt, should I do this? Should I do that? You'll change it 100 fucking times. It's just a never ending, unfinished piece of business until you either give up on it and just tell people about this great movie idea that you once had, or that you wrote a screenplay once. But a book lives forever. Doesn't matter if nobody ever reads it. Doesn't matter if it's a piece of shit. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't fucking matter. It's still an actual real goddamn thing that you can hold in your fucking hands. And that's more than a screenplay is, even though a screenplay, I mean, you know what I mean? The tangibility of it is that it's a product. It can go out.
Yeah, you
It's
can
readable.
sell it before you sell it to the...
Yeah, you can put it up for sale.
auction.
Exactly.
So Cosmic Urgency is pointing out that
Yeah.
we already saw Jack Kilmer. He was in The Nice Guys, which is a movie that deserves a sequel. We've been that was a long...
The Nice Guy.
The Nice Guys it's a long-awaited sequel. I don't know why they're not giving it. There should be 5 of them by now. The Nice Guys was so entertaining. It's Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah. Russell Crowe was so annoying.
Yeah,
he?
he's always annoying.
No, he's not. A Gladiator. I think I like this movie. I think I remember liking this movie. I'm
I
a
love this
Gosling
movie.
fan. Huh?
I like it when Ryan Gosling does a comedy. He's good at it.
He's a funny guy, dude.
Yep.
Canadians, bro.
And they're a perfect duo. But anyway, Jack Kilmer was in that movie.
I don't remember him.
He was like
I believe you.
He was giving information about you remember the guy's
I don't
house?
remember Matt Boomer either.
You remember the guy's house that
Boomer.
burned down in The Nice Guys? He was the kid that led them to that house.
Oh.
Whatever. You got to see the movie.
I did.
No, I know. I'm telling other folks. Anyway, he's an actor. He works. He's
Give him
good.
that role.
And if you're doing a fucking
what
prequel to
happens.
Heat, you would obviously cast the guy's son, who's an actor.
Of course
It
he
makes
would.
no sense. No way. See, this is the thing. Is I think DiCaprio, he attaches his name to big projects so that they get a bunch of financing and a bunch of interest. And then he dips out and he's like, no, don't worry. I'm just going to produce it instead.
I'll tell you what's fucking interesting about it is it wasn't so long ago that we saw Leonardo DiCaprio sitting on Jeff Bezos' boat
Okay.
just after his wedding.
Yeah. So this is what he does.
And
for
here we
people at
go.
home.
Like, and now
Yeah.
this movie jumped from fucking wherever to wherever. And so
To Amazon, yeah.
I'll bet you that motherfucking Leonardo DiCaprio was shopping that motherfucker over there right then. I'll bet you it was all about that. I bet you that trip was all about getting that movie out of, where did they say it moved? Doesn't matter. The studio that didn't want to spend the money to the fucking guy who's got
Amazon,
more than
yeah.
he can fucking, you know.
Right.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Cosmic Urgency said, but we aren't all the book writing kind of talented, Dale. Yes, you are.
I disagree.
Everybody is.
I disagree with that.
If you can write a screenplay, you can write a book. Easy.
Yeah, I think so. I think here's the thing about books that I think is important to recognize. Well, first of all, books open everything up for the writer. And so that means that they allow you to create a breadth and depth to your characters and to your story that you simply cannot have in a screenplay. But what's interesting about books and you know what? And the only thing here's where I'm going to disagree with you on that, Cosmic, is because you haven't written a book. I don't think you know. I don't think you know what you're talking about. I think if you sit down and you if you sit down and you abandon that limiting belief that provides you with no service whatsoever and is absolutely fiction made up in your own mind. And this is not obviously any slight to you at all.
No, but
'cause we talk ourselves out of all kinds of fucking things.
It's true. They're like,
I could be an NFL wide receiver. There's no question. I'm tall enough. I'm fast enough.
No, but that's what they say, right? The motivational speakers, they're always like, if you think you can't do a thing, congratulations, you can't.
Somebody said,
Because it means you won't.
in some kind of ad or something, somebody said, there was somebody who once said, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Well, that was Tony Robbins for me. He said that in the 1980s in a seminar that I took, and I spent $1,300 for on my credit card. It was like some of the best shit I ever heard in my life. If you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. And I truly believe that's true.
I heard another variation of that.
Obviously, understanding your limitations is a part of your power.
Right.
That's not a part of your limitations. It's a part of your power. Knowing what you can and cannot do is a very important part of your power. So if you truly believe that you cannot write, but here's the thing, if you believe you can write a screenplay, then I believe that you are doing yourself a disservice in believing you can't write a book. If you don't believe you can write a screenplay or a book, that's a different story. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're incapable of sitting down and actually doing that. For whatever reasons, not necessarily because of skill or talent, but just desire in general. But if you think you can write a screenplay, then you are doing yourself a disservice believing you can't write a book. I know I repeated that, but it was worth repeating. Jeremy says, you mean no carbon footprint DiCaprio? Yeah, that fucking guy. That guy who like the environmentalist who paid tribute to Jane Goodall when just weeks before he was hanging out with Bezos on his yacht.
Yeah, I know.
And also getting his interview done by Paul Thomas Anderson on a yacht. The guy lives on a yacht.
No, I know. He was also he had some praise for Robert Redford too in his environmental conservation work, you know?
Oh yeah. Well,
what do you think you're fucking
Leo,
full
the
of, dude?
fucking guru, the environmental guru, Leonardo DiCaprio, who, you know, just giving us all a fucking lesson. And I think my mouse just died, which is tragic.
Lee is asking, what about Sarowitz?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, what about Sarowitz? Lee, I'll tell you what about Sarowitz. That guy is about to have his voice all over the world. Like, I don't know what he sounds like all over America. I don't know what he sounds like, do you?
Well, he's on videos. He does a lot of like religious videos
does he?
for Baha'i. Yeah.
And you've seen them?
No, I mean, they're on YouTube. Like you could find him. He's, you know, he preaches a lot. Like, you know, makes little informational videos. The thing that I learned about
Really? Does he? So
I don't know a lot about Baha'i
preaches,
faith.
and then he also threatens people?
Yes, that's
Weird.
true. I don't know a lot about the Baha'i faith, but one of the things that they said that they like about it is that it doesn't have like there's no like Bible, right? Like there's no
Right.
no authority that everybody sticks to. That apparently you practice the faith by learning on your own. And so that's why it's so beneficial for somebody to have like a videography company where they can just like make their religious content and try and teach other people about the things they've learned. But you're supposed to do like, it's supposed to be self-guided
They've been doing
study.
it forever, right? Calls. They make little tapes. They sit there. Scientologists, they were trying to zombie that in the 90s.
I think that's
Come in
how
and
they
do a test and watch some videos.
I think that's how they get away from the, you know, I think a lot of people are tired of religions having so much authority over people and having to, you know, like having this like centralized authority that gets to tell everybody else what to do. And I think that when people are trying to search for an alternative where they want to believe in a religion, but they don't want to, you know, be beholden to the church or whatever, you know, priest or whoever, they like something like Baha'i. Where are you going? Why didn't you just leave? How could you just leave me like that?
Well, my mouse died, and I didn't want to interrupt you. Hey, man. My mouse died. My mouse died. Just right in the middle of mousing.
We're going to have a little funeral for it later.
Yes. I guess I forgot that it was wireless. Oops.
Oh, so you have to charge it?
Yeah. I got another one, though, handy. That's probably going to die, but not tonight. Sorry for the interruption. Pardon my interruption.
Guilty Angel said DiCaprio hasn't done a decent film in 10 years.
Is that true? I don't know. I haven't seen any. The last time the last DiCaprio movie I saw was The Departed. Or maybe it was Blood Diamond, because I saw both of those in the same year, because I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just do them both, since he was like... And The Departed I loved. I thought he was great in it. It pained me so deeply to say... It pains me now, to this moment, to say Leonardo DiCaprio was great in that movie, and I believe that he should have probably won the Oscar for that movie. It was a fucking brilliant performance. It was incredibly vulnerable. It was great. I loved it. It was and difficult to do, for sure. And it was Scorsese and fucking, you know, whatever. But that was the last movie I saw. Blood Diamond I did not like very much at all. I didn't find it. It felt like it was like, you know, so caught up in its message and so caught up in what it was supposed to be, rather than it just being what, you know, the visceral experience that I was kind of hoping for. You know what I mean?
I don't know anything about that movie. Is that like a white savior movie?
I guess it's about, you know.
Does like the white guy go to Africa?
I deleted it from my memory too.
Help
but
a bunch of people.
Yeah, it was like blood diamonds, right? So they're the harvesting and selling of blood
right.
diamonds, and
I don't know anything
exposing all the bad. I don't remember it anymore. God damn it, I really don't. I didn't like the movie. I just remember not liking it. I also remember like Leo and his accent, and Jesus Christ, stop it.
Oh, what was he like supposed to be?
South African, and it was just
South African.
That's not bad. I don't know South African that well, but I'd buy it. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm hanging out with this South African chick. She's hot. She's got her accent's driving me crazy.
It is a strange accent. I knew a guy who was a neighbor from South Africa, And every time he spoke, the poor guy, like I heard like half of what he was saying because the whole time I was just like fixated on his weirdo accent.
Jeremy said Wolf of Wall Street's amazing. And when Wolf of Wall Street came out, I was in such a bad place. It was impossible to watch him. To watch him during like it was, that would have been like, I don't know, what could it be like?
Especially because he's being like super rich and cutthroat and obnoxious.
Yeah. Awful. And
I haven't seen that movie, and I've seen clips, and I just can't. I'm just appalled by the voiceover narration. Like the clips
I don't
that
know.
I've seen.
People think it's his best. A lot of people think it's his best.
It's just so weird. Just, I mean, maybe in the context of the rest of the film, you guys get used to it or something. But the voiceover narration I saw in a few of the clips that I saw, it was just like the narration was just telling me what's happening in the scene. Just like did nothing.
So to get back to Sarowitz, because I feel like we abandoned that too early. So the judge, unsealed the recording that this person who has yet to be identified, but that will be identified. And what's odd about that is so both sides were like, don't identify the person.
Really? And
Judge Liman was like, no, we're identifying the person. Isn't that strange? So at least that's my understanding. I haven't like combed the document, but that was somebody's interpretation. So I'm relying on a little bit of hearsay on that, but it appears that way.
And this is the recording where where Steve Sarowitz told somebody that he wanted to make dead bodies out of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is, I think isn't this the Gaza?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is going to be some, like, if the sum and substance of what's claimed to be on this video on this audio, it's going to be horrific for Sarowitz and his reputation. I'm
so confused. Didn't he want it released?
He did. Now that means that there's some context to it that maybe out of context might lighten the load on that a little bit. I don't think in other words, maybe he thinks he gives some kind of sufficient apology for what he said or compensates in some way or mitigates in some way what he said. I fucking don't know.
Well, see, this is the same guy who in text messages told Jamie Heath and Justin Baldoni, like, let's schedule a sit down with Blake Lively so that I can remind her who's paying for all of this. So that she knows where the money's coming from. Like, he wanted to have like a little like threatening sit down with her. So it makes me feel like maybe this guy doesn't have like a good judgment of how much of a megalomaniac he is. Like maybe he's just unaware. And so he thinks that in context with his tone of voice or something, him saying that he would like to make dead bodies out of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds actually didn't sound so bad. Maybe that's what he's thinking. And so we'll all hear it. He'll be so surprised when it doesn't go over well.
Well, I'm very excited to hear it because, the Baldoni side of things, which, by the way, I ended up getting in a little bit of an argument with somebody online today because I just couldn't help myself because you know what? The moon is in fucking Aries.
Because you're feeling feisty.
And I'm feeling feisty. I'm feeling I do all day. I got a bite to me that I just don't like. I don't like it myself. I don't like I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, I don't want to be with you. And I'm talking to myself, Oh,
yeah. I was like,
no, not you. I'm talking to myself.
Sitting on the
no,
couch
you're not
too.
even on the couch with me. You're fucking in the kitchen doing whatever you're doing because, she's a woman. And,
that's where I belong.
Yeah, I'm on the couch, like fiddling with my remote control and fucking
watching sports.
Hating my own company. Hating my own, watching sports, scratching my nuts and hating my own company. Hand down my pants, all of it. It's just like, I feel that way. I feel a little rough around the edges today. I'm not gonna lie. I got a headache to go with it. All of it. Bloody annoying day. And I blame it all on the moon.
So can we do we know when we're gonna listen to the Sarowitz recording?
Don't. So the judge has ordered he's ordered the clerks to release it. So it's just whatever is in their docket and their workflow, whatever else. So they got into this argument with this, and I'll just talk about this argument briefly and this is like a funny thing to like kind of, it didn't snap me or anything. This person says here's why, what's his name? Judge Liman is biased to Blake Lively because it took him 2 months to rule on the Sarowitz tape, which Sarowitz, had a motion to compel saying, I want this and I want this out. I want it released in unsealed.
Did it take 2 months?
And it didn't. It took like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
But they said like some ridiculous number, exaggerating it. And then in addition to exaggerating it, they said that period of time that took so long was obviously some kind of, obfuscation of, I don't know, that came out bad.
Obfuscation.
Obfuscation of, of Liman and the flow of fucking discovery. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about because the judge saw it. The judge saw the fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're not making a trial for you. This isn't, there's not a trial going on. We're in the discovery phase of a trial.
You're not obligated to see any
This
of this
isn't
shit.
for you, dude.
Yeah.
This isn't got nothing to do with you, first of all. And secondly, the judge already saw it, dude. That's who fucking matters. Anyway, I kind of I just said that their argument was incredibly, I said it was delusional. I said it was a delusional.
Because it's based on no evidence.
Because it's making up this thing. It's just literally making up a fiction that says that Judge Liman is going to put his entire judicial career on the line for Blake Lively. The most miraculous thing about Blake Lively, as it relates to, or at least has the Baldoni, Team Baldoni, as they call themselves, like to characterize her, is that she has control of everybody. She's got the control of studios. She's got the control of a judicial branch of the federal fucking government. This woman is fucking controlling the United States. Listen,
course.
Trump's not in charge. It's Blake fucking Lively who's in charge.
And that would make more sense to them than the fact that Justin Baldoni and his lawyers have just been misleading everybody.
Blake Lively took over the movie owned by Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively fucking was able to extort credit and whatever else they claim from Sony, a 104-year-old publicly traded fucking studio. And now she's able to swing the judicial branch into her favor. It's just like the amount of fucking... I can't believe that they can sit and soak in the stupidity like this. Like, how can you not add up those three incredible points and not see a massive flaw? Because you can wedge in there that Judge Liman threw out their case.
Yeah,
threw out
right.
their whole fucking case. Like, what judge does that as a means of... And I guess we can talk about, obviously corruption in the courts, and it does happen, and we know it's true. We've seen it in the case of Donald Trump. But
they can't...
That was the president of the United fucking States of America.
But the judge
That's like Lively.
The judge already ruled that he believes that Justin Baldoni didn't make a case, right? And that Blake
Correct.
Lively did make a case.
Yeah.
So why do they think that he's... Sorry, they're saying their delusional argument is that Judge Liman is siding with her or with
Yes,
Baldoni?
with her.
I thought they were saying that this was a win for Baldoni.
Well, this particular ruling is like everybody in this, like in the Baldoni file place. Well, it's not Baldoni files, but wherever the one that it ends with lawsuits.
Yeah.
They were like all celebrating, but they were all in shock. Oh, the biased.
Oh, yeah.
And as I was reading these comments about them, this idea that this guy would throw his career away
I know.
for Blake fucking Lively, that he would put it all on the fucking line for Blake Lively, that he would inappropriately try to swing a trial. Like, this is not a small accusation. This is like a disbarment. This is an impeachment and disbarment kind of argument. If there was ever any evidence that Judge Liman, now look, that doesn't mean that judges like Judge Liman, whether they're in the criminal or civil branches, can't, and I'm sure they're in both, can't use the law to sway a case the way they feel the case ought to be swayed. That's a part of their job. It's literally part of their fucking job, is to apply law. Whether that law supports the plaintiff or the defendant, it doesn't fucking matter. But anyway, it was just like, you guys are just so foolish that you guys think that this guy's out there trying to they try to create this fiction that by holding the Sarowitz tape ruling for a month, that is in some way some kind of obstruction, and it's not. There's nothing. Blocking anybody from anything. First of all, they all already have seen the evidence. So, and this is the other thing that I pointed out in this poster. I was like, this isn't a public trial. You think this is a public trial? It's fucking not. Anyway, he let it all out, but he didn't just let that out.
Yeah. So here's the
There's
breakdown.
loads of shit he let out.
This was compiled by user Wasted Artistry, which is such a great username.
Yeah, that's somebody in their 50s totally regretting it. They're like, fuck, I got nothing better to do. I'm fucking sick of crocheting.
Here's the breakdown. You never get sick of crocheting. Take that back. The breakdown in regular English. Okay. Unsealed today as a result of this ruling. What has been unsealed is the audio recording of Steve Sarowitz saying
so juicy.
he wants to make dead bodies out of them.
Bring it to me. I want it now.
And the declaration from a witness who accused Baldoni of verbal abuse.
Yes.
So I got to find that. I'm going to find that after I go over the rest of these and see what exactly looks like it was redacted. Do we get to see the quote from Baldoni? I don't know.
I think it's fully unredacted.
Yes, I know, but what was redacted before, right? We can't read what it is, but we can tell whether it's a quote. I don't know whether we get to know.
What is finding out what was redacted, if it's unredacted, how does that help us? I'm confused.
What I've seen is a bunch of black bars, but in the context of a paragraph, sometimes you can tell what the black bars say. You can't tell exactly what is spoken, but you can be like, oh, this is a quote from Baldoni berating this person or whatever. So I just have to go back and look at that document to see what has been redacted.
What was redacted? What has been unredacted? You mean?
Yeah.
I guess that's why I'm confused.
I mean, I guess I could just wait until it's all released, but I'm curious. Okay. Plus, also unsealed is most of Lively's filings related to her motion for damages. Yeah, that's included. Okay. Still sealed. They've still sealed only boring stuff like deposition locations for safety and one defendant's medical info.
There's more than that, I think, because somebody said something about basically it's like most of her evidence
still sealed?
Gets unsealed.
Okay.
Most
Great.
of Blake Lively's proof.
Yes. So most of Lively's filings related to her motion for damages.
Ooh, this just popped an hour ago. Popcorn Planet video deleted. Let's see what this juicy stuff is.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Going over this? What's pending for unsealing or remaining sealed is the defendants have to explain why they want to hide a contract, and a California complaint that the judge isn't buying that they said it's sensitive. So the judge is like, explain why this is sensitive and why are you hiding a contract? So this user, Wasted Artistry, said, but what does this actually mean? Even though Lively originally asked to keep her witness's identity private, this unsealing mostly benefits her side. Her evidence goes public. The court confirmed the recording and declaration exists, that it's real, that it's sworn proof that's backing her claims. It also puts pressure on Baldoni's team. Once the audio and filings are public, anyone can see how they treated people behind the scenes. Also, the judge treated her motion as serious and substantive, not gossip, her motion for damages. He even called it the kind of filing where public access is strongest. She also keeps control of truly private info, so it's not a total loss on confidentiality. Blake's evidence is now on the record. Her filings look credible, and Baldoni's camp has to deal with the fallout. And this person, a scientist. I wonder if it's the same one we have. Said the online reception this person is about to receive should be very measured and normal. It's scary, dude.
Yeah, no, it is scary
out
it's
there.
Fucking frightening. Yeah, we haven't seen our scientists in a few whiles.
It's because they're on Reddit apparently.
Yeah, well, come back to us. Come back to us.
Okay, so let me go find this thing.
So there's a video, just while you do, there's a video that was taken down, and it was Popcorn Planet, and it says this video contains content from ITV, then it has been blocked on copyright grounds. Busted, Blake Lively's good TMZ Taylor Swift story deleted from internet. I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Deleted from the internet?
But to prove that this guy is not a fucking journalist like he tries to portray himself as, busted, exclamation mark, question mark.
Oh, Lively motion for damages.
It's bad grammar, folks. Bad grammar. Okay, well.
So he got busted for using copyrighted material?
He got a copyright, he got copyright hit.
I feel like that would happen really easily.
It happened so fast. Apparently the video went up and it came down in a minute. So ITV is like, you ain't fucking with me. That's my shit.
Okay, Exhibit A. This is her memorandum of law in support of motion for attorney's fees, treble damages, and punitive damages. Yeah, so this whole document has a bunch of, this is 31 pages, where she just makes the case for all of the ways in which they retaliated against her. She's asking for damages based on the that California law.
Yeah.
So treble damages if you file a retaliatory lawsuit.
Exactly right.
And so she's proving all of the ways in which that they have retaliated against her. Okay, this is the footnote 9 on page 5. This person also had concerns with Mr. Baldoni, who they found to be verbally abusive, which resulted in him not being allowed on set of the other on the set of the other project or involved in its marketing or publicity. And then there's the end of that is redacted completely. So I don't know what that says.
Well, we're going to find out. Right? It appears. So that's kind of exciting.
Trying to find more redacted portions. I have such a huge folder.
There's a 2-hour update. Wait, sealed documents are no longer available. Blah, blah, blah. Press contact. All right. I'm just refreshing the site because it's going to drop.
What is?
This fucking shit is going to drop. It could drop. Well, I guess it's not going to drop now. The courts are still getting the sealed documents.
I don't know when it's going to happen.
The rule change means that non-court employee users of the system will no longer be able to view sealed documents. Oh, okay, so that's fine.
Guilty Angel is asking the good questions.
Let's go.
Is it possible to be hot and talented?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who this is in reference to because I'm still...
I guess it depends on what you think hot is. You know,
he's not just good looking, he's focused. I don't like when people attribute all his success to his looks.
Who?
It is possible to be hot and talented.
Who? Who are we talking about?
I don't know.
Leo? Certainly not Leo.
Maybe it's Leo, yeah.
It can't be Leo because Leo was literally a...
Guilty Angel said before that Leo is one of the most gifted actors. I guess Guilty Angel
calm down. Calm down.
Guilty Angel said, what's eating Gilbert Grape is when he should have won his Oscar. Can I get an amen? Yes, he absolutely should have won an Oscar. I don't know if did he win like... I
don't know who he was up against.
Did he win other awards for that year?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not his awards keeper. I don't fucking know. And I don't really fucking care. And yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio's a talented actor. You know, so are a lot of others.
Heidi Robinson is saying that I really would love for Hollywood to come out with good moral-based comedies.
Moral-based comedies. Well, I don't know. See, the problem is, will people go and see moral-based comedies? And I'm not exactly sure what you mean by moral-based comedies, because sometimes when you're trying, that can mean like, something faith-based, for example.
Yeah, but it could also
that's going to be a very
like,
niche market.
Like a comedy with the moral to the story.
Yeah,
like actually family should stay together, or like if it's like a family comedy or something.
I mean, that sounds like a family movie, and
right.
And I don't know what you mean by morally, because that seems to be,
I feel like a lot of 80s comedies were like that, like National Lampoons and Uncle Buck and all of these other like family comedies that they always had a moral to the story.
Yeah. They were great comedies, and could we use more of those or whatever? I don't fucking know. I'll tell you this. I don't know who is going to go see those movies right now in this world. I don't know who's going to go see those movies. Everybody likes no better than Javier Bardem. I think Javier Bardem is a much better actor than Leonardo DiCaprio personally. And that's not because Leonardo DiCaprio is my nemesis. Not just because. I was just thinking about fucking Nick's wife today. Nick's wife is here. What's going on?
Nick Carraway's wife?
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a while.
Welcome back.
Or maybe we haven't. I didn't notice because maybe she was just like chilling in the background or whatever. I don't get all the chat. I'm a busy man.
Okay, Hinata's talking about these.
But I am glad to see her.
Lively v. Baldoni evidence getting unsealed?
Yes.
Okay. Hinata said, Lively's side have to show the court that they want to protect the witnesses and third party, especially because they were the ones who asked for protections first.
Right.
So that's why that's still pending. But the release of the evidence is bad for Baldoni. All on Twitter today is how Blake suffered a major loss with the audio being unsealed, but Baldoni's side knows how to spin. It's true. I can't believe they're spinning it. I don't know how it's
spinning it as a major loss, yeah.
They're spinning it as a major loss for Lively.
Yeah.
That they're going to win by showing the world what Sarowitz sounds like when he makes death threats.
Dude,
it's
the
crazy.
judge literally said to Blake Lively's attorney, and you're going to be filing for a summary judgment. I'm not saying that because I think you're going to get it. I'm just saying you're naturally going to do it, right? You're going to do that. Like, this case is so lopsided. It's just ridiculous.
I know.
And who knows that more than anybody is Judge Liman.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
But we know that he feels that way to at least to some extent because of what we see in his rulings. Now, judges have a wild way of pulling out the middle in situations when they need to, in order to preserve some kind of appearance of objectivity. But that's rare. Mostly they just sit there and they fucking rule based on the rule of law and based on the evidence and based on the way the evidence has been presented and by whom and so on and so forth. So it's not going to be something like he's not going to get impeached. You know, this trial, if it becomes a trial, or this summary judgment, if they end up, meaning Lively and Lively.
Is that what happens to judges? Do they get impeached?
They get impeached. Well, if a federal judge would get impeached, I think, or if not impeached, then they would. I'm not sure because I think they get impeached. Yeah, I don't know how his appointment happened.
Hanada is saying how it's just listing how it's so ridiculous. Okay, Sony would capitulate to Lively. The judge would risk his career for Lively.
Yes,
the whole cast would fumble for Lively. Colleen Hoover and Taylor Swift would crumble because of Lively.
She's so powerful, don't you know?
What is she, Medusa?
Literally, Taylor Swift is an actual billionaire versus Blake Lively and her husband, who are wannabe billionaires. Like literally, Blake Lively says that she, in not so many words, that she is trying to get out from under the shadow of these fucking giant people. I mean, literally, she's like, I just want to be like them. You know, Blake Lively is a fucking insecure.
Yeah.
She's insecure in some of her places. Like, I think she's a very powerful woman. I really, truly believe that. But she's also insecure. I think she looks at herself as somebody who has underachieved, which is a very strange thing to think about from our perspective. But, there's this old kind of shitty saying about leaving money on the table. But it's an interesting analogy when you think about it as it relates to leaving whatever is valuable on the table. Like I think about things in my book that I wish I'd maybe done differently. And that happened after I published it. Right after I published it, I was like, fuck, if I'd have done this, or maybe the ending could have gone a little bit differently this way, or, did I not do enough here? Like the questions just start coming. And so, and this is the sort of, curse of it all. So anyway. I think that summary judgment is on the way. I think if they file for a summary judgment, I think they're going to get it. And then after they get it, they're going to get a massive reward. And we'll see how the reward works.
Who's they?
Well, it's Blake Lively and her team, right?
If Baldoni's side files for summary judgment, they're going to get it?
Yeah. There's nothing they can get a summary judgment for. They need a case. They need a case to get a summary judgment.
Right.
Well, I guess they could file for a summary judgment. I guess they could, actually. No, certainly, I mean, that Blake Lively is going to file for a summary judgment because she has to. And I think she has a very good chance of getting it. And that's what I told these people when I was arguing with them in their little sub. I said, Blake Lively is going to file for a summary judgment, and I think she has a good shot of getting it. And they said, look who's calling someone delusional. And this is the interesting thing.
The judge has already said, and he's written it out. Like, if you guys read what the judge wrote, like, he's fucking siding with her already.
The interesting thing for me,
I don't know what Baldoni's defense even is, but the judge doesn't seem to be aware of it.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to put up a quick poll, actually.
Do you have it written already?
No.
So you're going to write it now?
Yes.
Why don't you write it tomorrow?
Question.
Why don't you put it up tomorrow?
Hang on. Go ahead.
Dale's going to poll you guys.
Just a quick poll.
Hanada said that there's a garage of clips of Leo resurfacing after The Summer I Turned Pretty. His scenes with Kate Winslet. She has all emotions in her face and he has none. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Something Titanic?
Well,
or is it the other one?
He was also in Revolutionary Road with her. Jeremy Wright said, I'm Leo's age. I can't even imagine having relationships with women half my age. I don't know what's going on with that man.
Say what did Cosmic say?
No, that was Jeremy Wright said, I am Leo's age. I can't even imagine having relationships with women half my age.
No, that's really, I'll tell you
it's
what,
fucking
weird.
Weird.
I did date like younger women or whatever for like a minute when I got divorced.
It's like a rite of passage.
It wasn't even something I was looking for at all, but this really, really, really beautiful and younger woman started hitting on me, and there was no way I was like, yes, anything you want. But I'll tell you this, it was so, like, it ended up, for me, it was like, it was just not, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing there for me. Beyond, like, I loved her. I adored her, absolutely. And she was super physically attractive, like ridiculous. But I was like, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? I know, I haven't seen that episode of whatever, SpongeBob or whatever. You know, like, just like this kind of stuff. Like, I just,
yeah,
like,
you're culturally so
yeah,
far
like,
apart.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you want to listen to Cream? You know? She's like, Cream, what is it? What is it? Smacks me in the face. Actually, it's not true. She was kind of into music. But anyway, it is weird. It's strange. And I was in my 40s, early 40s. I can't imagine being 50 years old and dating somebody who's 27 years old. I cannot imagine it. I can't imagine having I can imagine, because I had that very brief experience. By the way, I mean brief, 2 weeks. It was brief. It was like, oh, wow, this is weird. Nope, not going to do that. And part of that was in the 2 weeks. It's just like, there's a cliff that you fall off of. Like, there's this, you can talk about current events together. You can blah, 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 but then there's this cliff that you just completely fall the fuck off of. And there's just nothing there between you. Do you know what I mean? Unless you want to, like, listen, you want to, like, be that guy who's going to sit there and talk about a past that she can't relate to forever and forever and forever, because it's longer than she's been alive.
Yeah, where she's like, tell me stories of the old times.
But look, consenting adults, I believe in them. I believe in the right to being a consenting adult. My problem isn't that Leo was with or is with younger women. My problem is that he discards them like objects. We all noticed that until this girlfriend, he is now 50 years old, his girlfriend's never passed the age of 25 before he moved on.
Okay, so what if
That's not a coincidence.
What if everybody's just struggling with this concept of how Leo dates younger women because they're being presented as if they're relationships instead of arrangements?
Right.
Like, so if they were just presented as arrangements, do you think that people would have a better understanding? Or do you think they would judge him worse for it?
I don't know. I think that maybe the latter. What do you think?
I think that they're probably arrangements.
Why?
Because
he's gay?
No, because
He was not gay when I was hanging out with him, or not even remotely close to it.
The way that the tabloid media has just openly talked about how he shops for a girlfriend.
It's gross.
Well,
he did that shit when we were hanging out. He went to Milan. Like,
it
was
might
crazy.
be gross if you're shopping for a girlfriend, but it's not gross if you're shopping for an arrangement. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Connie DiCaprio's here, and she said that she is incredulous that I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob. I don't think I have actually seen a whole episode.
No, me neither.
It's supposed to be brilliant.
It's after my time.
It's supposed to be brilliant, but it's after my time. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. See? That's what I'm saying. That's the conversation. And then we have that conversation. I'm like, okay, I'll watch SpongeBob so I can get caught up into like a childhood I never could possibly relate to.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like me sitting her down, like, hey, let's watch some old Gilligan's Island and really get into it. You know? You're kind of like Ginger in my life, or maybe a little Marianne. I don't know. You're kind of a combination, a little hybrid. Let me show you.
Shannon has great questions about what
What's up, Shannon?
what we're looking forward to with the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively evidence
Yeah.
unsealing.
Yes.
Shannon knows said, I'm super nosy and I want to see everything. Number one, who recorded Sarowitz and gave it to Blake?
That's what we're going to find out.
How did Blake get it? Is so juicy.
Well, that is juicy.
Yes. Number two, Jed Wallace's client list, which he was mandated to turn over by the court.
Yes.
We haven't seen that yet.
No. That's tasty.
So juicy.
That's great. That's like fucking Dorito dust. It's fucking Dorito dust.
Number three, everybody's texts. We've seen a bunch of them and they're kind of boring, so I'm not really looking forward to everybody's texts. But I know that Steve Sarowitz hasn't delivered. What is it called? When you're
produced?
Yes. Thank you for Discovery, his text messages. Okay. And number four, all unedited footage. That's interesting. I wonder how many other examples, like the dance scene, are in this BTS footage.
I'm
where
gonna
she's basically
I'm
like,
gonna watch SpongeBob. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get really baked on a Saturday fucking
Dale,
morning.
I'm not done.
I'm sorry.
Like, can you imagine if there was unedited footage of the young Lily scene where apparently Justin Baldoni is saying the like totally heinous things to these young actors?
Yeah, if there's actual footage of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be really bad for him if there is.
Okay, I'm done. You can talk about SpongeBob now.
SpongeBob, bro. We're gonna watch it. I don't know if Angela will join me. It might be one of those moments where I'm like, Angela's like, Angela, where are you? I'm not watching SpongeBob anymore, Dale. I gave it 15 minutes. I'm out.
No, this is true. Dale and I spend so much time together, so much of our life together. Like constantly we're together. And then sometimes I'll just go in the other room because I don't want to watch the show that he's watching.
I'll come in. She's like sitting in a
and
chair.
he comes like shuffling into the hallway and looking at me like,
what the fuck are you doing?
Where'd you go?
Why would you separate over a TV show? Come and sit and watch the fucking Philadelphia Phillies lose. It's everybody's pain, and you're going to have some too.
It's just so cute when you come looking for me. Like, where'd you go? I thought we were supposed to be together.
Jen Farm is here.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man. Some good to see some old time. Mateo is here. Wow, this is great. You guys are awesome.
It's great.
I'm loving it. So, moving on. Where are we? Good to see you guys. Always good to see you guys. The internet speculating it was a nobody called Ari Emanuel. A nobody? Did you say a nobody? Ari Emanuel, who recorded
I'm sure that's
Sarowitz.
being sarcastic.
If Sarowitz were saying this to the talent agent, he's more unhinged than I thought.
I'll
tell you. Well, let
fascinating.
me interject here.
Could be.
Nah, well, there wouldn't be like you would. Agents and managers are like pseudo fucking therapists, bro. Like actors called, oh, my life, my wife, my fucking this. They do it all the fucking time. I know I had an ex-wife who was a manager, and I'm telling you, bro, it's so emotionally intensive, that job. Caring for clients, and also actors. Oh my God, they're the most insecure people. Like I would sit in a room full of actors and I would watch all of them wringing their fingers through their hair at the same time. And there was nothing going on. We were hanging out. We were just hanging out. And they'd be like, what's the matter with you? But like, oh, I don't have any hair, so I can't show you. But
let me tell you that it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle who this person is.
I think it's going to be.
And guessing is difficult, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So Sarowitz had to be comfortable enough with this person.
That's right.
To voice these really horrific threats.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to be super comfortable with somebody. So Ari Emanuel is really interesting because he's kind of on that same status level. Or at least to Sarowitz, he thinks.
Yeah, but Ari Emanuel is the head of fucking WME.
I know, but check it out. So there's other things too. This person also has to have the authority to be able to tell them that Justin Baldoni's not allowed on the set. Okay. But he also has to be somebody that Justin Baldoni feels like he can talk down to and berate. So who would fit that? What level of status does this person have to have where they would be like enough of a peer to Sarowitz for him to run his mouth like that? Enough of an authority to be able to block Justin Baldoni from the set, but not so much of an authority that Justin Baldoni feels like he can't berate him.
Right.
So it's a puzzle. Who could that be? Get the Sphinx on the phone. I got a riddle.
Yeah. It's me. It's Dale. Let's talk.
I got a riddle for you, Sphinx.
So he's CEO of Endeavor. Did they split off of? Did they split up again?
Oh, the agents always split. I don't know.
No. So Endeavor
I can't keep track.
Was once run by Phil Raskin, and it merged with WME and became WME, William Morris Endeavor. If it's still William Morris Endeavor, then he's the fucking CEO. And if he's the CEO of William Morris, and look, man, I don't like it could be Ari Emanuel. I don't think it's Ari Emanuel. I think that's a long shot because I don't think he would be that unhinged, Sarowitz, with an agent. But you never know because agents do make you feel like you can be. They're like therapists. They're like, tell me everything.
Yeah, right.
You shouldn't.
No,
you definitely shouldn't.
No.
But people do.
No, because they talk. Their whole life is gossip.
But people fucking do. So I personally don't think it's Ari Emanuel. Of course it can be because it can be anybody. We don't know who it is. I just think it's unlikely. I think it is almost certainly the co-worker that he had. And I think the reason why she went, what's her name, Angela, help me out. What's her name? The co-host of Man Enough.
Oh.
Come on now. I want to say Liz, but...
Yes, Liz Plank.
Liz Plank.
Mm-hmm.
So Liz Plank, I believe, is our most likely candidate here. And I think because he would be comfortable enough around her because, you know, you worked with somebody for a period of time, et cetera, et cetera. But that also what he had said could have been so fucking offensive that, and then after, because I also think it could be her with the issue where that has him banned from a set, because what set would he be on right after the premiere of It Ends With Us?
Hanada suspects that it was that project titled A Nice Indian Boy that Wayfair released right after, where Baldoni was shunned from promotion and premiere. Jonathan Jeff from Mindhunter or Karen Sony complained. I don't know these names. Jonathan Jeff and Karen Karan Sony Soni.
Oh, Baldoni is a producer. Yep, that could be it.
Because if you see pictures of them at the premiere, you can see Heath, you can see Sarowitz, but there's no Justin Baldoni with a bunch of other people.
And is that right? Mm-hmm. This is probably it then.
Okay, so we know what the set was, and we know what the premiere was, but we don't know who the witness is.
No, we won't because we won't. But it can be. I mean, if you look at this cast, I mean, who knows? There's also this Renee Witt. See who that is. Renee Witt is an executive producer for she's a big deal. Silver Linings Playbook, Freddy vs. Jason, The Fundamentals. Okay, I'm putting Renee Witt in. Her name is in the hat immediately.
Okay.
Because she's a big time producer.
But do you think Sarowitz would be that open with her?
Maybe if he doesn't have any respect for her.
I feel like he would have to be talking like to a Zionist. He'd have to be talking to somebody he knows is like producer, on the same page as him.
Yeah.
To be able to talk like that. God, the guy's a fucking piece of work.
She's not a big time producer, but she was on Silver Linings. She did Freddy vs. Jason. She's EPing, so I think she's probably bringing. She produced A Nice Indian Boy though, so she took a step up in that one.
Hanada and Guilty Angel are in the chat. I think I can clarify some confusion you guys have.
Help me.
So, I think it was I'm Bobo responded to. Remember when Guilty Angel was saying that Leo's got talent and beauty?
Yes.
And then I'm Bobo responded saying, "I wish I could see what Guilty Angels texted." But they're confused in the chat, thinking that Guilty Angels texts aren't being seen. But what they're talking about, what I'm Bobo was talking about, is what Guilty Angel sees in Leonardo DiCaprio. So that's the confusion you guys have. So Hanada's saying, why can't you all see what Guilty Angel texted? I can. And then Guilty Angel said, let me try to fix this. Some of you can't see me. So everybody can see. Everybody can see and everything's fine. But I'm Bobo confused everybody by saying that he wants to see what Guilty Angel sees in Leo, not that.
Oh, that was a confusion?
Not that they can't see what Guilty Angel
she thought
said.
she was invisible to them for some reason. Well, because somebody couldn't see Guilty Angel or something at some point?
No,
so
that's not happening.
That's not what's happening.
No. They wish that they could see what she said, not that they can't see what she texted.
Align with her.
Yeah, right.
The interesting thing about Leo and his so-called, we know that people, by majority women, by majority girls, by majority felt like Leonardo DiCaprio was the most beautiful thing that ever walked. He was.
I never got it. I never understood that.
I understand why you didn't. He's definitely not like. You know, he's not the big hands, you know, there's not
the big hands.
You know what I mean? He's not.
I do know what you mean. That's why it's so funny.
Yeah.
He's not the big hands, if you know what I mean.
But he does have beauty. And really I think if you couldn't see his beauty in the 80s, or sorry, in the 90s, then I'm not sure. I don't know how people can miss it. I thought, as somebody who made a film with the guy, who shot him, who sat and stared at his face in an editing room for months and months and months and months and months, man, I thought he was an absolutely amazingly beautiful man. The lighting him was easy as fucking shit. It was like his body could just take any light any angle. His face could take any light at any angle. We'd look at the other character and be like, what the fuck is wrong with this? Because he looks perfect.
I always thought he just looked adolescent. I could never understand him.
That's fair for sure.
I could never understand him as a sex symbol. I'm like, yes, he's a very talented teenage actor.
Right. And he's got
there's no sexual attraction to somebody who looks like they're not even graduated high school. Like you can't.
This is where we definitely agree because like I can see why people think he's beautiful. I'm not sure about why people get turned on by him.
Like in Titanic, Kate Winslet looks like a woman.
Yeah.
And she's having this little affair with a boy. And it's so strange to me. And I could never get over how fucking weird it seems.
It's so strange that pairing did take off the way it did.
I know.
Because they definitely, for me, weren't like that wedding, right?
It should have been Billy Crudup.
Yeah, or just,
I too
Craig Sheffer.
Who?
Craig Sheffer.
Craig Sheffer?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Fucking awesome. That's who he is.
Was he up for the role of
Did you see A River Runs Through It?
Yes.
Okay, so not Brad Pitt.
Oh, I still got to look him up. Brad Pitt's like such a shining light. You can't look away.
He spells his name weird, so you're better off just going to A River Runs Through It. Because well, maybe he doesn't, and I'm just bad at spelling because we know
he's out there somewhere. So happy that you remember him in this big cast. Oh yeah, so he was up for Titanic.
I'm not saying he was. I'm saying
you're just saying randomly. You're just naming.
Just put him out there because he's got a manly thing going on.
Because Billy Crudup was being considered for Titanic, right?
That's my understanding.
It would have been better. IMO.
So
also, like in
Ethan Hawke, I think.
DiCaprio was in what's it? Catch Me If You Can.
He was, yeah.
And in that movie,
I never saw it.
He's supposed to be an imposter where he pretends that he's these authority figures in these various roles, like a pilot and a surgeon. And I look at him, I'm like, this is a kid. Nobody in that room would ever believe that this kid is the pilot or the surgeon, the authority in the room. And everybody, the whole time in the movie, everybody's duped by this kid. I'm like, really? You guys aren't going to question why this fucking teenager is like scrubbed up for surgery? It makes no sense.
I know.
Doogie Howser is not the story here.
And then the funny part about that whole story is that it turns out that the fucking guy was pulling the wool over all their eyes, and that most of that shit didn't even actually happen.
Oh yeah, and Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
What's his name? Abagnale.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hank Abagnale. What's his name?
I don't fucking know, man. What do I gotta say? It. The guy at the Star of Dawn's Plum was up for Jack Dawson.
Yes. Frank Abagnale Jr.
Abagnale. The guy at the Start of Dawn's Plum. Who's that? The guy at Jeremy Sisto.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not at the start. Oh, yes, he is. He kicks her out of the car.
Yeah. He's at the Start of Dawn.
You're thinking about Jeremy Sisto.
Dale.
What?
You didn't remember?
What? Where that scene was?
Yeah.
It's 30 years ago, bro. I don't sit and watch my movies. Unlike Ridley Scott. Just to go off topic for a moment.
Ridley Scott
came out of the scene. He said, I don't watch movies anymore because they're fucking terrible. I watch my own. Like, can you be more self-absorbed? He literally said,
it's not self-absorbed.
Get the fuck out of here. You're watching your own movies.
It's like he making them. I'm sure he recalls all of the memories of how fucking awesome his experience was.
That's not what the article's about. The article is that he watches his own because the rest of the movies are shit. There's literally a quote.
Do you disagree? You don't disagree.
That he should watch his own movie. Go fucking watch him TV series or something.
That his movies are better than the movies that are being made now.
I just think it's a little weird to be telling
Ridley Scott needs to be making more movies.
It's a little weird saying I watch my own movies. It's just weird. Oh, what are we watching tonight, honey? I don't know. I thought we'd watch Aliens, but we saw Aliens last week, and we're gonna see it next week.
That's Ridley Scott shouting to his wife.
Yeah. Did I do okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I just thought it was weird. I don't watch. I wouldn't watch it. I've only made 3, but so it would be like really fucking boring to just watch 3 movies in a loop. 2 of them, one of them is a Christian movie, so I'm certainly never going to watch that again. Not because I don't like Christians, not because I'm anti-Christ. I just don't like Christian movies. I kind of want to see this movie, this Indian boy, a nice Indian boy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know anything about it though, but people.
Well, that's what it is. I think whoever said that is correct. I believe they're going to be correct about this. I think it's going to be somebody from a nice Indian boy. I was unaware of this, and I thank you for bringing it to my attention.
And so, is that Ari Emanuel, or is that just some random person we've never heard of?
I don't know.
I mean, they could name this person, and it could be somebody I've never heard of before, and so like
It's
everybody will be
somebody,
so deflated when it's not a celebrity.
Here's why I don't think it's Ari Emanuel, because again, I think it's somebody who's not related to the case of Lively v. Baldoni.
But they brought
and
it to
Ari Emanuel is, indirectly tied to that case.
But they brought it to Blake.
Okay, I still don't think. Look, that doesn't mean it's Ari Emanuel.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know who it is.
We know that they brought it to Blake. That's the big fucking, what the hell's going on here secret. And I will find out. Look, we'll find out. Obviously, I love the guessing game.
I know.
I really think that whoever came up with a nice Indian boy as a possibility nailed it. That has to be it, in my opinion. The reason it has to be it is because it would only then be.
We know what
the podcast.
So we know that there was a August premiere of another project that Wayfarer made.
Yeah, it was
So this quote happened. Steve Sarowitz said these things.
This release date was April 4th, 2025.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was on the set that this happened.
Release date April 4, 2025.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know
So that changes things a little bit.
We got to just report on the facts, I guess.
By the way, I don't know if everybody was here yesterday, so I just want to get into this another little side thing real quick. There's this thing going on with DiCaprio that's very fucking interesting, and I think is really worth tracking in terms of what's going on with his career and his status in America. And there were just a lot of people not here yesterday, so I'm just going to repeat it. His weekend dropped by 53% in the United States, but only by 17% internationally. And the 17% is what everyone was looking for because the movie is so strong. Once again, it's one of the highest rated movies of all time by critics. And that is followed up by most people's experiences. I know some people here did not like the movie. Demon Child's here, by the way. Good to see you. But, didn't like the movie. Some of you. But it doesn't matter if you didn't like it. The reviews speak for themselves in terms of the overwhelming response. It's overwhelming. I don't say it doesn't matter. I respect your opinion, of course. But what I mean by that is it's not going to tilt the scale. The scale is overwhelmingly in their favor, so that he dropped 53% tells me that is a Leonardo DiCaprio drop. It is also possible that the Taylor Swift effect is in play, and so this upcoming weekend will be very interesting. Doesn't change my forecast for the movie. I think it still has a very long shelf life ahead of it because it's so fucking good, and it's more than a DiCaprio movie, So the people who dropped off of it because it's not DiCaprio, they're going to be able to rationalize their way back into it because it's a Sean Penn movie, because it's a PTA movie, because it's a Benicio del Toro movie, et cetera, et cetera. So they're just going to be able to find their way in front of that movie because it's too damn good to avoid. Austin says critics are paid. Some are, some aren't. That's why the meta score is important because some are and some aren't. I wonder if people think sometimes I wonder if people think my reviews have anything to do with me personally, which of course it's just impossible to do on Amazon, even if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I think
and you just risk getting banned from Amazon. So why would you do that?
If you were responsible for your reviews, I think they'd probably be better. But because
oh, that's not very nice.
No, I mean, even the 5-star reviews are really sincere. It doesn't seem like they're crafted. You know what I mean?
Well, they're obviously not. I when I thought about that, or when I look at my reviews, I mean, my book is very well reviewed. And so when I look at it, I'm like, do people believe that? Because sometimes I don't. I'll look at that shit and be like, wow. It's
I
pretty
believe
crazy.
it. Your book is really moving. It's it's kind of like a sneak attack, You
jumping all over the place. I'm sorry that I am. I know that I am. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm interrupting you right now because I'm trying to get out of the conversation about my book now for some reason. And
the Junk Farm said, is this the part of the pod where I start going off on RICO and how they're not going to release any of the evidence?
Really?
The Junk Farm's always going off about RICO charges for these guys. And I love it. I just think that that's so tantalizing. I don't know what it means. I'm not sure what evidence supports RICO charges.
Yeah.
But, Blake Lively has supported conspiracy charges and aiding and abetting harassment and retaliation. So I don't know.
Lacey said, did you see that Taylor Swift won the weekend with $34 million? I did. And that might be a major factor in this 53% drop on DiCaprio because AMC's were basically shut down for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but they weren't the same audiences.
It's about screens. It's about available screens. You know, AMC basically let Taylor Swift basically accost their distribution network for one weekend. So they're definitely not the same audience. So that's not the factor. But the fact that, like, for example, I mean, some people might have avoided theaters to not get into that crowd, to not be subject to that crowd.
Maybe.
It's possible, especially in these larger markets. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens this coming weekend. Anyway, so I am crazy excited for this evidence. I know I'm jumping all over the place, and I don't fucking care.
Well, that's okay.
Because my ADHD is on fire.
Okay, so check this out. So
Yeah.
Hinata has a lot to say about this.
Okay.
This is great.
Yes.
The internet speculating is that the internet is speculating that it was a nobody called Ari Emanuel who recorded Sarowitz. You said you read this earlier, but if Sarowitz was saying this, all of that quote that he wants to make dead bodies out of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Yes. If he's saying all this to the talent agent, he's more unhinged than we thought. I addressed that just because that's what I was talking about with the therapist. And like, it's just, these people are. Also, weird. Hinata said the footage that she's waiting to see, if we have released footage.
Yes.
Because that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Blake Lively texted a woman after one of her shoot days that she was like venting about her bad day. And she was frustrated. And she said about Justin Baldoni, she said, I don't want your gaze, your hormones, your tongue.
Oh, what?
So if he's like kissing her with tongue and she's like, ugh.
Blake said that?
Yes. She texted that to one of her friends. She didn't name who it is, but we think that it may have been Liz Plank. Maybe.
Heidi's going to listen to her Viking music again. Skull!
Hinata also said, thinking that it's two different incidents, that the person who recorded Sarowitz appears to be different from the person who complained about Baldoni.
Yes, quite likely.
And demanded that he didn't participate in the premiere. This is not true. It is the same declaration. The same person who Baldoni berated is the same person who recorded Steve Sarowitz. But I can't remember
But they may be different incidents.
Different incidents.
Like times, meaning.
Possibly, yes. Yeah. Not the same day. But they're saying that this is the same person. Okay?
We're going to find out.
But what we don't know is whether... We know that Baldoni was barred from the set as a result of him berating this person, but we don't know whether this person was was who decided that. Like whether they had the authority to ban him. Or whether they just complained and then somebody else banned him from hanging on the set with this person. So maybe this person is more important on the set than Justin Baldoni. And I don't know that Baldoni has any reason to be on set if he runs Wayfair, but if he didn't have anything to do with that production, then fine, stay home.
Yeah, but they find ways to be on sets for you. Fucking, it's so annoying. It's like suits at construction sites, you know? All the fucking laborers and the fucking
they just
guys.
Don't want to be home
they're
with
looking
their
at the
kids.
suits and they're like, get the fuck out of there. Like, hey, why have you moved that over there? Huh? It's like, get the fuck out of here. Well, we'll see what happens. I got this picture. Did you see Jonah Hill lately?
No.
Have you seen him lately?
I saw him. He had lost a lot of weight after his brother died.
You're not going to fucking believe this.
What?
You're not going to fucking believe this. Did you hear me? What I said was, you're not going to fucking believe this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Jonah Hill. Give me a second here. Let me get this thing. This is fucking Jonah Hill. Where do you see this shit? You're not gonna believe this. Did I say that? Have I told you? You're not gonna fucking believe this shit. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Oh, let me get this out of here because who needs that? Go away. I guess I'll throw us in there just in case we got something to say about it.
The Junk Farm said, plus it's arguably a crime that Sarowitz said that, and it's usually not illegal to record crimes. Am I really a broken record?
Yeah, I don't know. Check out Jonah Hill. Are you putting on is your monitor on? That is Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah, he lost weight and then he's got
like he lost all of the weight. All of it is gone.
Well, I think he got really freaked out because his brother passed away of health problems that I think maybe he believes that he had also.
He looks great. I'm super excited for him. I hope he has a...
What's the wig for? What is this project that he's doing?
Let's see. It's
unrecognizable.
Jonah Hill is directing
Major
the
transformation,
comedy.
and it's just a wig and like a costume.
He's directing a comedy with Kristen Wiig, and where he and Kristen Wiig stars twins.
Okay,
that's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. Already, I'm already laughing. There she is, the Wigs.
I don't have high hopes for this because usually when they pull out like goofy costume, it means that there's not anything really funny going on.
Comedies are tough. Hey, people want comedies. This isn't going to be one of the wholesome ones, but at least it's a comedy. Come on now.
Usually if they have to dress really ridiculous, it's because they don't have much else.
Wild looking is what that is. I was just practically shocked to see it. I was like, that is not Jonah Hill. And then my brain
He probably
was like,
feels great.
I'm so excited for him, and I hope he looks, and I just hope it works, and what I mean by that is like, as I've said before, the how women get, stereotyped. Well, so do fat people, fat men, especially cute, funny fat men.
They get,
they become the fat guy, the funny fat guy.
What is it called?
In Hollywood?
I'm blanking today.
They get typecast?
Typecast. That's it.
Ding,
That's
ding,
the
ding,
word.
ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
That's it.
Yeah, it's typecast, but it's also not just typecast. It's also that they have a personality that really is a part. Like a lot of these really overweight guys that grew up fat, they have a personality that's incorporated with that, in a way to deflect rejection, to deflect, all the pain that comes with being, obese and the abuse that can follow that kind of thing. And some people are masters at it. Ethan Suplee, he was one of them. I think Jonah Hill was probably one of them. Chris Farley was definitely one of them. There are these people who are able to take this, Roseanne Barr, for a woman example, was very successful at it. So they're just people to take their body type and really take it to this next level. But their whole persona it's not just typecast in that it's like they can't, because it's the same person, so type is still there, essentially, in its essence, it's also there. It's still the same character. Anyway, it's fucking weird and horrible. And that's why I hope it works for Jonah Hill, because a lot of guys who, have sold themselves to the world as a fat, adorable guy or something like that have a really difficult time transitioning to the healthy look.
So he's directing that?
He directed it, yeah. So that's a big
so
boom
he's all
for
good.
him. Yeah, he's going to be okay anyway. I mean, he made $60,000 for The Wolf of Wall Street. That guy's set for life. 60 grand. Leo made 30 million. He was also Oscar nominated.
Yeah.
For the role. And Jonah Hill, though, he fucking made 60. He didn't take all that home because he has to pay his agents and everybody. So he probably made about 20 grand, but
what's the deal?
It's fucking set, bro.
You think he was pissed about it?
Probably put that into Bitcoin.
Do you know
He's good to
that
go.
because he's spoken about how weird that is?
It came out that he got $60,000 that they asked him to take a hit.
It came out because he put that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that he did. I don't know.
Well, who else would?
I don't know. But it came out that Jonah Hill made $60,000 while Leonardo fucking DiCaprio made $30 goddamn million. Take that greedy shit.
Heidi Robinson is said in the excuse me, in the chat said, I wonder if Leonardo DiCaprio secretly watches the show, and maybe it's starting to hurt his heart that he hurt you and others so badly over that horrid Don's Plum stupid movie.
Well, I'm sorry that you felt the need to disparage my movie in that process, but there was no need for that, really. But Don's Plum is a movie that meant a lot to all of us, and it's a lot of pain. It's involved for all of us. And stupid and horrible is a purely subjective point of view.
If listening to this show is starting to hurt Leonardo DiCaprio's heart, then that would be long overdue, I think.
All he'd have to do is pick up the phone, bro. I'm a very accessible person, as you can see. Here we are, you and me. I know more of his fans than he does. Zelda Williams, who's Robin Williams' daughter.
Oh, yeah.
She was named after the video game character.
Zelda.
So it's a really cool story, actually, because Robin Williams and Zelda's mother, they bought a Nintendo and they played Zelda together.
They played Legends of Zelda?
Yeah, Legend of Zelda together, and they fell in love with it so much. And it's so funny because this hits home for me. My mom and dad did the same thing, and my mom, she sat there and drew on grid paper all the maps because it didn't come with maps. So they drew all the fucking maps. They had a fucking book. So it's like
that's amazing.
There was this whole couple, family, we're gonna conquer this game together kind of thing. I never really got into the game myself. But my God, my parents did, and they had this whole system, and my mom was the cartographer, and it was just this whole fucking crazy arrangement. And it's just so interesting that they did that. Well, just this turns unfortunately on its ear a little bit because it's a little disturbing. You know, you and I are outspoken about our disdain for AI, particularly in the arts, but just in general. Robin Williams' daughter tells fans to stop sending me AI videos of my dad.
Why the fuck would anybody do that?
It's gross. And he would not have wanted it. Can you imagine
Grieving?
You're always going to grieve, right? Like you lose somebody like Robin Williams.
Oh my God.
And you lose him in the way that he had to go, which he did for his own protection and the protection of his family.
Right.
But regardless, it's horrific. It's horrible. We live in this world where this man had to be indignified in his exit in order to prevent for himself and for his family a terrible end. So he took the way out that he could only find. And it was a sad moment for American.
And he was cherished by everyone unanimously.
Beloved him by his family.
He's your dad.
Imagine that personality. Like we lost somebody really, really important in our lives, but even more important to our family in Brazil. And this person is a big personality. And we know that like without her, there's this missing space. There's this thing that's going to be gone. Can you imagine a person, and this was a big personality, but nowhere near the size of fucking Robin Williams. So the gap, the grieving is just, it's endless, right? And of course, there's the constant reminder of him just because he was this famous guy who's going to have clips and memes and everything else coming up all the time. I wear shit on this live often from Mork and Mindy. He's just so prolific in that way and so deeply ingrained in our culture and will be for probably centuries. And you got to fucking wake up in the morning and somebody sent you an AI video of your dead dad?
It's fucked up.
God damn it, bro. People lack the most basic... Some people lack the most basic courtesy and
decency.
It's
just it's so
sad.
weird that she had to make a statement about something that shouldn't even happen.
And to put it out that way, like to feel the need that like I got to go out, I got to make public statements and try to discourage people from doing this. Sadly, it'll probably encourage many instead of discourage, which is, you know, unfortunate. Oh my God, I just saw this weird headline as I was going through my saved files. It said that Kevin Costner is heartbroken over ex-wife Christine's wedding to his former best friend, Josh Connor.
Who's this?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner's ex-wife.
Josh
married.
Connor scooped his wife.
And he's heartbroken.
Josh Connor's like, I'm going to take this one, bro. No, we were friends, bro. I'm going to get this one. Yeah, it's weird.
Kevin Costner's had a really rough go with romance and women. Like, just because... I don't know if you've ever seen like how he spoke about Whitney Houston.
I think I do recall that actually.
They had like, he was so in love with her. Like he adored her. He worshiped her.
Yeah.
And it was apparent. And I just think I think that that's really rough for him to go through that kind of heartbreak. And then this kind of shit. Like Kevin Costner needs a break.
He needs to go dance with some wolves. Hey, so by the way, Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
Remember when he said that he was going to remember when he came out celebrating his 100th birthday and he was 99?
Yeah.
And I said a little presumptive, don't you think?
How old is he now?
He's 99.
Okay.
He's still going through it.
Okay.
And you know, it made me think like the last year of our life, if we're like living a natural life cycle, it probably one of the longest, you know? It's a guess. But I'm just thinking like your last year on this earth is probably, and I don't know if Dick Van Dyke is having his last year, but I think he's seeing the length of this one. And he's like, this one's like, you know, like, he's like, I'm going to run a marathon. And then like mile 13, everything starts falling apart. And you're like, maybe I should have run a marathon.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke says, he jokes and says that it would be funny if he didn't make it to 100 and admits that he should have taken better care of himself. Can you fucking believe this guy is fucking 99 years old and he's dropping that good of a joke? Like that is a fucking solid joke. Like that's a great, like if you're sitting around with this fucking old guy who's like, you can see his entire eyeballs in their socket. Do you know what I mean? You can see the entire shape of his whole eyeball in his fucking socket. No, he still
like gets up out of his like wheelchair or whatever and like does a little dance.
Yeah, he'll fucking do a Dick Van Dyke little number for you. Get back in the chair. Yeah, fucking get back in the chair and fucking put the cup out. Amazing. So Dick Van Dyke is starting to worry, it seems, whether or not he's going to make it to 100. And it just made me think that, man, that last mile, you know, that's a long one.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Traverse has an interesting question.
Yes.
Did the Pea Posse ever do Halloween? What did they dress up as?
No.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't.
Not once.
Really?
No.
You guys never celebrated. You didn't
I
have
never-
like a
I
Halloween
never-
party.
I
You
was
didn't
in-
have costumes.
No, never fucking
What?
once.
Was that not?
I
a
was
thing?
not there.
Was that not a big
That doesn't
thing?
mean they didn't, huh?
Let me ask you.
All right.
Was that not a big thing for young Hollywood in the 90s? Like when you went out on Halloween, you went fucking clubbing or whatever that week,
Yeah.
that weekend.
Look,
you didn't see a bunch of people in costumes?
I don't have any distinct memory of Halloween or dressing in Halloween costumes with, I certainly didn't. And I probably, dipped out of all that because I was a broke immigrant. I had no money for Halloween. You know what I mean? So, as I sit here and I think about it, yeah, there were actually, I remember going to Christy Clark's now. So yes, there were parties, but there was nothing that I remember as being outstanding or
what, like he's a vampire,
book-worthy.
She's a hot nun, like just normal shit.
Right. French maid. I remember Nikki Cox was a French maid. Yeah, it's all coming back now. Thanks. Yeah, it's all coming.
Okay, so what did they dress up as?
Fucking, I just told you, French maids. There were so many French maids I couldn't believe it. In fact, I remember cracking jokes about it. I was like, "Where are we in fucking France right now? Is that where we are? Did we just transport ourselves to France?
But your
it's
friends,
not Halloween. We're just in fucking France. And this woman's going to bring me some cheese."
So your friends dressed up as French maids too? Because that would be pretty fun.
There was just a lot of them. I don't remember. There was like, Nikki Cox was one of my friends. So yeah, lots of that. What else was there? I don't know. Yeah, there was, I'm trying to remember Ethan Suplee. He had a good one and I can't remember what it was now. Anyway, not like a memory that like.
You have no answers to this question? I'm dying to know.
The Halloween question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. You know where I would find myself most Halloweens is on Santa Monica in West Hollywood with all the gays because they fucking throw down Hollywood like nobody else. Dude.
I know.
That fucking, I love, when I moved to West Hollywood, I was so thrilled because I got to be in West Hollywood, which is the gay community in Hollywood, by the way. And I got so thrilled because they fucking party on the street like it's like a mini Rio de Janeiro, man. Like,
well, it's also like if you are a costume designer that works in Hollywood or in show business at all, right? In Los Angeles, or you're like a practical effects person, like you do monster makeup or whatever. You work all year and craft like something that people want to take pictures of in West Hollywood. I went once. I had these like I used to work at an erotic boutique.
Yes.
And we had these like these shoes. I guess they were like stripper shoes, but they were so tall.
Now they're the pole dancing shoes,
Yeah, but they were like so fucking tall.
Like 18 inches.
And I don't know why, but I've always had a talent for walking in these like massive high heels. Like it never bothered me. I could just like walk forever.
Apologies.
I hated wearing them, but because I'm like 7 feet tall, and I was like, okay, well, these massive shoes, I'm gonna be literally 7 feet tall because I'm already a tall person. So I painted my whole body with red like latex body paint.
Yeah,
and I did the horns.
I saw a
and
picture
fangs.
of this. We'll show a picture of this on Halloween.
Corset and a tutu, and I went around. I was like a tower walking around.
It was a fucking badass costume. We have to show pictures of it because you have pictures.
I have pictures, but I'm so bad at being in pictures. So
shut up. You are not.
No, but here's the thing is that people would take pictures of me and I would just like stand there all goofy, like smiling in my awesome costume instead of like actually like playing the part. Yes.
You're like, yeah, it's me in this costume.
As I'm doing it, I'm like, stop being awkward. You're supposed to be a demon.
My mom and dad took me to a, they used to go to socials. Do you know what socials are?
I've heard of these.
In Canada, they have
this is
socials.
like a Midwestern thing, right?
In Canada, I don't know about the Midwestern in America, but in Canada, we had these things called socials. And you rent out a hall and you sell alcohol tickets, like beer tickets and whatever else. And and there's door prizes all the time, every
like
time.
Raffles and stuff.
And you go and you sell the raffle tickets and so on and so forth. And my mom and dad took me to one of their Halloween socials, and I won best costume. And my mom turned me into I was a die.
You just wore like a box?
I just wore a box and it was a die.
A box with dots
and
on it?
And I won best costume. How bad was that Halloween party?
That's so great.
And I won a record, an LP.
What was it? Do you remember?
No, it was an absolute fucking throwaway, like out of the fucking dollar bin. Never heard of him. Had funny hair.
Really funny.
I put the record on and felt like, well, at least I have the pride still, Anyway.
Here's a question from Heidi Robinson again. One question for Dale before I go.
Yes.
What if you and Leo run into each other by chance on the street about maybe like 2 to 3 years from now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Leo confides in you that he's going to retire from acting soon, Then you and Leo go to lunch together and become real friends with each other again. This is so elaborate. Inquiring minds want to know, you plus Leo should become friends again. I can tell you he's feeling sad and tired and may retire from acting soon enough. Heidi Robinson, are you Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, I think that Leonardo DiCaprio is feeling, yeah, that's really hilarious. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, if he's feeling sad because he had a chance to build a career with a major legacy, Listen, let me tell you that the one thing that I believe becomes a high priority as the years move on with people who've achieved such greatnesses or great moments in their lives is their legacy. I think their legacy matters. And Leonardo DiCaprio has burned his legacy to the ground. He's building beach resorts in Israel. While there's a fucking war and one of the most environmentally catastrophic, forget about the loss of life, which is just a whole other level of tragedy that is incomprehensible to all of us. And why you would want to associate with anything to do with that is just beyond my comprehension. But let's just pretend that you're saying, hey, it's not my war, and you can play that card. You're an environmentalist. And war is one of the most environmentally destructive events you can have in this fucking society. What they are doing to the environment in Israel right now, aside from the total loss of life and absolute egregious behavior that they're conducting up there, is catastrophic. So I think that his sadness is a result of his shitting all over his own legacy. I think he's just, and then there's me, and there's R.D. Robb, and there's Jerry Matters, and there's John Schindler, and there's all these lives that he trampled on, that he destroyed in terms of careers and hope and dreams, that he took away our friends and our relationships.
Yeah, like just Meadow Sisto looked so gorgeous in your movie, and she would have had amazing opportunities because everybody would have seen that DiCaprio movie, and they would have seen her, and they would have been like, okay, we got to cast this lady. Fucking, Scott Bloom in your black and white film looked so captivating. He would have gotten work from that. Kevin Connolly would have blown the fuck up.
I know. Kevin Connolly was off the hook, fucking funny. Everybody who walked out of Don's Plum walked out with a totally newfound respect for Kevin Connolly, because Kevin Connolly at that point in his career had done nothing racy, especially. Yeah. He was in a fucking spin-off,
a family sitcom,
a family sitcom on fucking WB.
I'm so glad that you mentioned Kevin Connolly, because you probably noticed that I laughed just now at like the worst time. You're talking about like global horrific warfare, and then Mr. Hands 57 showed up with like the funniest joke. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, before you do the Heidi Robinson is
Dale, you're ruining it.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Hands 57 said, Dale, what are your thoughts on the existence of Kevin Colony? And that is 1,000 tiny Kevin Connollys. On the existence of Kevin Colony.
Kevin Colony.
And that's 1,000 tiny Kevin Connollys.
Did I mispronounce it or something? Because sometimes I rattle shit off.
No, it's just Mr. Ants being super fucking
He's
weird.
A fucking funny guy. He's a very funny person. That's probably like Blake.
So what are your
That's
thoughts?
Probably Blake Sennett.
It's uncomfortable.
If we're gonna start saying, we got Scott Bloom as Cosmic Urgency. Heidi's now Leo. So if this is Blake, like if there's Blake Sennett, I knew him as Blake Soper, but Blake Sennett, if there's Blake Sennett
kind
humor.
of jokes.
By the way, that's the fucking lead guy from Rilo Kiley, in case you don't know. That's Blake. That's some Blake humor right there.
So what are your thoughts on the existence of Kevin Colony?
No, I mean, listen, if that's a real place, if that that would be the most horrible thing that ever happened to me. First of all, that voice, and that he cuts his hair every week. So if you have like a colony of like hundreds or thousands of people, you would need so many.
No, it's just like they're all really tiny and they're all stacked up. Like, have you ever seen those bacterial colonies where it just looks like sludge?
Oh, like that kind of a colony. Yes. I was thinking it had fences and like buildings, like a colony, like colonization of Kevin's. It just sounds all horrible to me. So please, no, God.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Why I was laughing was because Heidi said that she's not. She says she's like, no, I'm just me, and I live in Balcony Heights, Texas. I know I got that Balcones Heights. How do you say that? That's an awful word.
Don't be so judgmental.
Balcones.
I'm sure it's a very nice place to live.
Is it
Dale.
Cones? Balcones? Balsones?
Because Guilty Angel said that, Dale, now I'm picturing you in a French maid outfit. Because you said everybody wore a French maid outfit.
Well, there was a Halloween.
So that includes you.
There was a Halloween when I was young and fine where I went out as a girl, and I was fucking hot as hell. Like, I was quite surprised how good looking I was. It fucks with your brain a little bit.
I went to one of those like science fairs with my class when I was in like junior high or something, and I had a male teacher who was like this former football player. He had one of these really big necks, and they had one of those illusion mirrors where like you step in front of it and the other person steps behind it, sort of morphs your face. Oh, so he had like
to his.
Yeah, well, so everybody did it, and it was really fun and funny, and everybody laughed. But I was the odd one out. I was like the last in line. You know, I said I'm not competitive, and I don't give a shit about anything.
Yeah, you're absolutely gonna.
So
weigh
like,
in the
I
back.
don't even want to participate in anything. So it was.
Like,
I was paired with him at the end. Right? He's like, "Oh, one student left. Okay, I guess I'll do this."
Angela runs a marathon, and a car picks her up several hours after the whole thing is closed and they've left. And
so anyway, so I stood in front of the mirror, and he stood on the other side, and so I just saw me as like a thick-necked dude with short hair, and I was like, handsome. It would work.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I was really quite striking. I thought I was attracted to me, and I'm telling you, it fucked with my head a little bit, just like a little tiny bit. I was like,
so what happened?
Well, part of the reason why I fucked with it is because my mom and dad. This is back before ultrasounds and finding out what your baby was before you had it. This was back in the day when like gender reveal was like out.
Impossible.
Yeah, it was the day of your birth.
It happened on the day.
Yeah.
It was revealed by the doctor.
So they were in their hearts set on me being a girl. They had a name picked out, all of that.
They just
and it was kind of a mindfuck
had a
later.
sense of it?
Yeah, they wanted it. It wasn't a sense, it was what they desired.
Oh, I see, yeah.
They wanted to have the perfect little family. I don't know why.
So you're like, so you saw yourself in makeup and a dress and you're like, maybe I should have been. Maybe I should.
Yeah, like, whoa, shit, maybe I am. Am I? I don't know. Just gives you like a minute. You're just like, wow, I'm kind of a hot chick. Like, maybe I'm hotter as a chick.
Gender is fluid.
Because I was not.
What do you know?
This was like during like I'm. I sound arrogant. Like I'm a reasonably good-looking guy. Like I'm not a bad-looking guy or whatever. But there was like a period where I went through like some very awkward moments, like physically.
Oh yeah, like your ugly duckling phase.
Yeah, very ugly duckling. Like I had a very like no.
We all went through an ugly duckling phase.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get another one. It's probably one around the corner. It's coming up here, if it's not already here. But there was a time when and I'm not saying I'm anything special. I know I'm not. I'm not trying to. I hate discussing myself in this way, but it's only funny because. Oh, I don't even remember now because I'm too fucking insecure with the fact that I brought it up in the first place.
I know the more you deny it, the more it sounds like you're like you.
I just got nervous about the whole thing. I was like, Dale, you're talking about how you think you're fucking good looking. And I really don't think I'm all that good looking, although Angela has proof that I have something. All right. I got some more stuff here somewhere, I'm sure.
Everyone is calling, well, not everyone. A few people in the chat are calling Heidi Robinson Leo now.
I know.
That's why
Heidi should come back now.
Big denial.
It's
just me.
Heidi can come and like and like kind of learn a little bit of what it's like to be famous. Because we'll just tell everybody that you're Leo and you'll just have to deal with it. She won't come back then.
A colony of Connollys. That's a tongue twister.
It is.
Hinata said that there's a carnival party in my city where all men dressed as women. My dad was a lawyer, but also a sensei judo teacher. All his students would dress up and trade him. It was simply hilarious.
I would fucking love that. I would participate in a red hot minute, especially with my beard. Oh, I wish I could do that when I had my book beard.
I do like miss the time when drag wasn't this like weird sensationalized, like politicized, like anger provoking thing. Like it's just crazy how it got turned into this big like upsetting, I don't know. Drag used to be fun. Everybody could enjoy it. Everybody.
Did you see the poll?
The poll.
I put a poll up.
Yes.
It said, should we start at 6 p.m.?
Should we start at 6 p.m. instead of
7 p.m.? So far, the poll, which has thousands and thousands of votes from people all over the world.
Yeah.
And right now, 80% of all of those people want us to start at 6, Angela.
Okay.
We'll have to discuss that. We'll make an official announcement before the end of the week.
I think
by the end of the week.
You should put the same poll up tomorrow.
Right.
And then, on Thursday, you have a game at 8:15. So
we're gonna test it on Thursday. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. That's not tomorrow. It's the day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles are playing on Thursday Night Football, and I'm not missing that.
Yeah.
I love you guys, but I'm not missing that.
So on Thursday, you want to start at 6?
So Thursday,
6 to 8.
Thursday will be 6 to 8.
Okay. Testing it out.
We're gonna test it out.
Put up the poll
for the 20% who said no. That's a total of 3 people.
Yeah.
I hope you won't be disappointed if that move does happen. And I do hope that we won't lose your company because that would make me sad.
Well, there's an
I wish there was a way to
overlap
accommodate
hour.
everybody. It also gives me, it gives me the reason I think about 6 o'clock is because we have some friends in the UK that I truly miss some days.
Yeah.
And I also get I get a lot of requests and stuff from the UK. Like for whatever reason, Don's Plum itself and maybe even my story is resonating with those folks. And so I'd love an opportunity to connect with them if I can. And if we come in an hour earlier, that will help. The other thing that makes me excited about the potential of coming in a little earlier is that I do this whole wrap after we're done, where I got to process all this data and try to get it out. And I know I'm failing miserably at it. Part of the reason is because I got to rush all the way until like nearly 11 o'clock before I get to bed.
Yeah, but they don't care about that. You don't have
So
to
it just
tell
gives me a
people
little
about
more room to play. Oh, they're my friends. I'm telling them about my life, Andrea. Listen, I'm not Jimmy Fallon, thank God. I watched Jimmy Fallon doing an interview with Taylor Swift today. And I think he was far too excited to be there.
that. Really?
Yeah. He started acting like Taylor Swift telling a story or whatever. And he started acting so fucking weird because he was talking about Travis Kelce. She was talking about Travis Kelce. This was the story, I think, from which everybody got this, the whole shindig about how he was, he had blacked out all the windows of his mansion. Did you know this?
No.
So the day of the you knew this part. The day of the podcast that she announced the album, right? They had been talking about doing it for a while. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. What the hell, right? Fucking dude, cashing in on that fucking wife of his in a minute, bro. They blew up so big right after that. It was ridiculous. Yeah. They were already blown up because, of the arrangement. But now, it's such a big time. But anyway, I digress. So she'd been over in the past, them recording the podcast. And she's like, everything was normal. She's like, I get there this time. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're taking this really seriously because this is her time on the show. And she said the whole house had been blacked out, all the windows.
For her protection.
That was her assumption.
Yeah.
But in the back, he had $100 million worth of fucking people building his fucking Will You Marry Me set. That was all happening in the back of his yard while they were doing their podcast. Well, they were finishing it up and all this other stuff. And then, so he was acting nervous. And she was like telling the story humorously about how he's Travis fucking Kelce. I've never seen this fucking guy nervous about anything. He's literally a professional, not nervous person. That's what he is.
Right.
He's paid to not be nervous.
Yeah, he performs every week in front of a massive
He's
stadium.
literally never nervous.
Yeah.
This is fucking ridiculous. She was like, so that was like weird. I was like, what the fuck is your problem? Why are you wringing your hands? And then, eventually he let her out and, it's this big fairy tale.
And he proposes.
And by the way, that was what's interesting about that was there was all these rumors. There were all these rumors about how this is like an arrangement and how she's just using him to reach out to the far right and they got this fucking nonsense garbage, right?
Whatever.
It was actually just and what that conversation was like. Taylor probably said to him because and the reason I make this very out there. It's not even that out there, but it's a total speculation. But Taylor probably said to him, put me on your podcast and we'll see your numbers go through the fucking roof. Because I've known a lot of famous people who lend themselves to people all the time. In fact, I used to hang out for a minute with John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. And Chrissy Teigen, when I was hanging out with John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, was huge, just blowing up on Twitter at the time. It was like her absolute crazy rise to massive Twitter fame was happening while I was hanging out with those two occasionally because we were making a show at Showtime together. And Chrissy Teigen was like, to me, she was like, dude, I'll follow you. I'll follow you. You don't even know.
Yeah, and everybody will notice.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't really pay attention to Twitter. She's like, it doesn't matter. I'll follow you. And then you'll get all these fucking things and they'll be there for you. And I'm like, I don't use my fucking Twitter account.
She's like, I'm trying to give you a gift, stupid.
Yeah, she was. She was trying to give me a gift, and she was like, "I'll follow you. Follow me back." Because we were talking or whatever, and she was like, we're talking about social media, and she was like, "What's your Twitter?" And I'm like, "I'm never on." And she's like, "What's your fucking Twitter?" And I'm like, "I'm never fucking on it, Chrissy," because she's really funny and aggressive and whatever.
Yeah. Was it fun to hang out with them?
Not particularly. I mean, I like them fine. It was kind of annoying. John's John was fine.
What do you mean?
John really upset me, personally. Because, as
but this was before that,
But before that, I enjoyed his company fine. Yeah. It wasn't like I was like, oh, I hope John Legend comes by the office today, or I hope we're going to go see him play somewhere today, or whatever it might, the occasion it might have been.
He seems like he's really shy and reserved or something.
He's a nice guy, generally speaking. I liked him. He disappointed me personally. He talked shit about me.
But that was after.
So when I found that out about it, really changed my opinion of him. But leading up to the point where he talked shit about me, which I don't know why he would.
I don't know why people do that.
Well, I do know why he did. He was persuaded by another fucking corrupt dickhead from Philly called MJ. But anyway, fucking love me some John. At some point, I loved me some John Legend. Yeah. I was really excited to work with him. We had this great show planned. I don't want to get into it. It's just more fucking bad news. Speaking of Hollywood being a fucking pain in my ass, LA's entertainment economy is looking like a disaster movie. And I said this to a friend of mine. I said, dude, I'm reading that, LA's like imploding. And he's like, they're building 2 brand new stages, Dale, with fucking multiple stages or studios with multiple stages. He's like, I don't know, there's probably like 10 new stages going up. And I'm like, well, that's very interesting. And then I went into the comments, and in the comments, it's just like people are like, oh my God, dude, they're picking the fucking meat off the bones, bro. He's like, it's so bad. Like over and over again. There's like 118 comments, and I feel like all of them are talking about the disaster that is Hollywood.
So what's the explanation for that?
I think it's all the same thing. It's just they're cycling the same fucking news over and over again, which is that Hollywood sold itself out to tax credits throughout. It's pretty obvious. I mean, if you're gonna go and make a movie, why wouldn't you go to Georgia where you can get 30 cents on the dollar? I made a movie for a fucking $1 million. We got $300,000 from the state of Georgia.
Yeah, that's awesome.
300,000.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Fucking dollars.
I was asking about what's your take on why they're building studios if it's such dire straits there?
Well, I don't understand it. The only thing that makes sense to me is that there's maybe a specific, like either a DC deal or some kind of deal there. Or maybe this person doesn't understand specifically that. I don't know. I mean, this person is very reliable in what they know.
It's like money laundering. Like they just buy studios to put money someplace.
I don't know, maybe they're anticipating a turnaround, or maybe they're anticipating that, what we don't know is that there might be some insider trading on that. We don't know that Gavin Newsom isn't going to announce at any time or any day some competitive tax incentives to bring the industry back. So who knows? I don't know. I transitioned to that because it's on my saved thing, because I wanted you guys to know that Don's Plum. Don's Plum is sinking. That Hollywood is sinking. We follow the David. I'm just trying to get these stories in before we leave. We follow the David story. This is the musician whose Tesla was found abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. It was impounded. Later, somehow they were able to figure out that there was a fucking chopped up body that we found later belonged to a minor whose name was, do you recall her name? Celeste. And so there's all this fucking mystery around it. The car was never reported stolen, still registered to the singer David. The singer David pulls down a ridiculous coin, by the way. I mean, this guy makes so much money, it's insane. So he's this like real big deal, even though I'd never heard of him until this moment.
Yeah.
I think it's the 4. He throws a 4 in for the A, kind of giving away his password. But at the same time, I think it really caught the attention of people who don't realize that 4 is not a letter. So a new victim has come forward, not a dead person. But
a victim of him?
A person who said that he was sending her and trying to court her and groom her for sex as a minor.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So this guy, the worst situation for this guy is that, like, if he was up to some questionable shit, but not murdering and chopping up bodies,
he's still in trouble.
He's exposed himself in way, or he's exposed by this in ways that are, it's still very troubling that he had a car that was not reported stolen, that was abandoned in the hills, and that had a chopped up body on it that he didn't know about is fucking weird to me, right? Isn't that weird to you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay. Super fucking weird.
Yeah.
I think the authorities think it's weird too.
When I first read about it, I was like, well, that's fucking strange. And then it just doesn't stop getting weirder.
I know. I'm really surprised that he's not named as a suspect and detained. He's just a person of interest. And he's participating. What's it called?
Come on, Angela. Get your shit together.
He's helping the investigation.
He's cooperating?
Yes, cooperating. Yay.
Ding, 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 ding. Dale wins again. I want the big fluffy Cubert, please. Does anybody know what Cubert is? Do you know what Cubert is?
Yeah, that's a comic, right?
Cubert?
Yeah.
No.
No? Mm-mm. Okay, I don't know.
It's a video game. Oh, God.
Maggothead 1980 has a question for you.
Okay, let's hit it.
Regarding Don's Plum, was the fight between Toby and Kevin at the end of the movie real?
No. Nope.
Scripted.
They were playing... Well, you got to read the book. The fight at
Wait, what book is it?
It's Too Real, a Hollywood Memoir, written by yours truly. Oh, there's one right behind me. It's Too Real, a Hollywood Memoir, written by Dale Wheatley. I'm Dale. Check it out. It's, by the way, free on Kindle Unlimited, dude. You can read this book for nothing. You can sign up for a free trial that lasts like 2 or 3 months. This book reads in 5 days.
Yeah.
If you're reading it like reasonably, like just normally. But it's so good that you're just not going to, it's just, you're not going to want to stop.
Yeah, and you learn everything about the movie.
But you do. You learn everything about the movie, and you learn all the specifics about how we wrote it, which is really fun. Because we, you know, Don's Plum was this really unique lightning in a bottle situation that should have continued on. It was a piece of art, but it was more than a piece of art. It was the beginning of something stylistically. It was the beginning of something in terms of just approach, and it was something that was going to be expanded on and adopted by many other filmmakers. It is and has. I truly believe that Don's Plum is more influential than most people will know. I know that it's influenced European directors, and I'm absolutely fucking positive that it's influenced American directors, because we just, and it's not because we're like geniuses, because we're not. We stumbled into this inspired by one man, Mike Lee, out of the UK, and then we worked with our limitations. And, you know, before I go, I'll tell you this is so fucking cool about making shit. It doesn't matter if you aspire to write screenplays or books, or you just got any kind of big kind of project. Oh God, it slipped. It slipped right on me. It just slipped out like a fucking...
You're so ADD
I was
today.
fishing, you know, you're fishing and you grab the fish and it just slips out of your fucking hands. It's like it wiggles away, and I had this really great advice. Oh, it was going to change your lives. And it's just fucking, it was taken by the Lord.
You can watch the video back and then bring it tomorrow. It's kind of cute when that happens.
Please don't call me Mr. Wheatley. Oh my God.
Why?
It's the worst. Because we're friends.
Oh, yeah. Right.
This is a place where we're friends.
That's true, yeah.
You know who calls me Mr. fucking Wheatley? The IRS. That's who calls me fucking Mr. Wheatley.
I think
DMV.
You wouldn't be upset if your friends called you Mr. Wheatley, like as a joke.
No. If it's got like, yeah, like Mister Wheatley. Mr. Wheatley. Is that you, Mr. Wheatley? Would you have made Don's Plum 2, expanded that universe like how Tina did with Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith did? Yes, I think we would have. I had my original idea for Don's Plum, an expanded version of Don's Plum, or sort of a sequel of Don's Plum, was that we would revisit it in 2 decades, and that we would shoot the same location with the same characters 20 years later.
And they're still single and miserable.
Well, we don't know.
And they can't get a date.
You're not the writer.
No, I'm not.
You're not the writer.
That's what I want to happen.
No, you're not the writer. You're a fan, and you can put that in the comment section as what you want.
Okay.
But it's a 20-year. It's not even a reunion. For some, it might be that they're still doing the same goddamn thing, and for others, it might be that they've come back. But basically, the idea is, and maybe it's not even actually at Don's Plum, but just that these guys get together and we kind of Anyway. That was my first initial, like, how I would develop a sequel, is that I would go into the future with this character and do, you know, like, I don't know, I think that's kind of neat, you know, to have like Leo and Toby,
absolutely.
Kevin, and playing all those characters.
Yeah, that'd
and
be
we
great.
see what they became. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe they bring their wives, you know? Like, it'd be fucking hilarious seeing Kevin Connolly rocking a baby there. At the end, it was like, fuck this fucking... Let me tell you about babies. Don't have them. They're fucking loud, obnoxious, and they make you sick.
Those
Literally
guys don't have
sick.
wives.
What's
Those
that?
guys don't have wives. They have divorces. That's what happens.
Yeah. But we would have expanded in other possible ways, potentially with like knockoffs on the characters. Who knows? It depends on what happened with Don's Plum. If Don's Plum became like its own Clerks, if all of a sudden like people were like, fuck you, dude, all over the place, and we've got like Jerry Swindoll spinoffs, or...
No, I mean,
you know,
like, people would have referenced the Fuck You game constantly.
the fuck
if
you
that
game.
movie came
We'd
out in
probably come up with a
America.
board game for it somehow. All right. You ready to go?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I love you guys. You guys are wonderful. Thursday, it'll be 6 to 8.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about what the future is as far as our actual times. Spending time with us every night is just such a fucking kindness, and I thank you for it, because you really are keeping some of my hopes and dreams alive at the same time too. And You don't know what that means to me. So thank you so much. I hope if you haven't followed us, you will. I hope if you enjoyed yourself that you will come back. And please always remember to like, if you can, the live, because it will help us grow, and we do want to grow. Thank you guys for such a great night. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Good night, Angela.
Good night.
Bye-bye, guys.